Place like home for the holidays, and that rings true all the time, but it really rings true when you look at a basketball team that's about to play their 10th game of the season, and this will be only the second of those 10 that they have played on their home floor this year, that being the Franklin Simpson girls basketball team, a Lady Cat program celebrating their 50th year of basketball in Franklin Simpson High School, and doing so in another extremely successful season, although coming off of what has become a rare sting of defeat. Their last time out in the championship game in the Queen of the Commonwealth, and the challenge doesn't get any lighter today as they take on a Meade County team featuring one of the best shooters that the state of Kentucky has ever seen. And that's just the first of 2 games that we have for you here today at the Franklin Bank & Trust Wildcat Classic at Franklin Simpson High School. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by my buddy, TB, Tavius Babb. And TB, we were messaging back and forth getting ready for these 2 games, and I know that we look back at the Queen of the Commonwealth, and that was the big one for Franklin Simpson. Go there, prove yourself. They win 3 of 4 up there before ultimately falling 43-35 to a reigning state semifinalist in Cooper in the championship game. But when you look at this Meade County team, and then we'll talk later on about Central coming up tomorrow, this is an extremely talented team, and it's not going to be another great test, and for us, a great basketball game to watch.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this game, and in this game, you know, I was actually talking to my wife the other day, and I was saying that coming up in these next decade or so, these high school players that can run and gun, shoot off the dribble, pull up from anywhere is going to be like to Caitlin Clark, and that's what we see in Peyton Bradley from this Meade County team. She is a lights-out shooter, can shoot from anywhere on the floor, and this will be a doozy of a game. She's going to be the one to score the most of the points, and Franklin's going to have a tough task stopping her.
Caitlin Clark was the comparison you brought up, and to me, you know, you hear Caitlin Clark, that's a lofty comparison, but that's how they use her, an extremely talented shooter. I mentioned one of the best the state has ever seen. She is one of only 4 players in Kentucky history to have made at least 400 career threes, and she's done so at a 41% clip for her career. 2,650 career points coming into this game, leading a Meade County team that started their season 4-1 and then went off to Arizona for their first Christmas tournament, split their 4 games there. They've only lost 1 game to a Kentucky team this season, that being a district matchup against Breckinridge County, a game, TB, that we're going to dive into as we go on, as we try to spot some weaknesses in this Meade County team. But for Franklin Simpson, this is a Lady Cat team that brought back so much talent from that team. You go back to last year, it was a historic season, 30 wins, but that not the number that stand out. That loss in the region semifinals to Bowling Green had this team coming back motivated, and none more motivated than Larisha Cawthorn, TB, who up to this point is putting on a Kentucky Miss Basketball type campaign in her senior season.
I mean, she is on an absolute tear. It's 6 rebounds from 1K in her career. She's averaging 23 points a game. She just continues to build and build and build from last season when she averaged 17 a game. And this team, a team full of seniors that you know, felt the heartbreak of going to regionals, having these lofty expectations falling short. Now you get all these seniors return, and they're on a mission to prove their worth and to prove that they have what it takes to get to the state championship this year.
We're going to talk through what the issues have been, what the pros have been for Franklin Simpson, despite the 8-1 record and some really good wins against really good competition. They've played 4 district champions from a year ago. It hasn't quite yet been the same Franklin Simpson team, but they've still been finding ways to win. They're going to have to do exactly that tonight in the first half of our doubleheader here at Franklin Simpson High School as they take on Meade County. Later on, the Wildcat basketball team taking on a very talented Bardstown squad that we'll dive into more as our broadcast goes on. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look back at that run at the Queen of the Commonwealth and the season up to this point for Franklin Simpson. We'll dive in a little bit more to Meade County, and then we'll get you into tip. About 7 minutes away here at Franklin Simpson High School, it's the Lady Cats, it's Meade County, and you're listening to it here on 92.3 W.
Special is that we look for the story when it comes to our customers.
Just listening to them, talking to them, figuring out a little bit about their background. A larger bank is not going to ask you those questions to figure out the end goal for you.
We stuck with Franklin Bank and Trust for over 10 years, easily because of the service.
I like to think of us more than just checking accounts and loans and things, but dreams and goals and aspirations is what we're trying to help people reach.
Franklin Bank and Trust, hometown banking at its best.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
On that kind of stuff. And
I know.
Like, she's like literally, I think it was like
She's
15th in the nation or something.
It was
like
17th in points per 32 minutes. I wrote it on there. I saw that too. Now, some teams don't put in their stats, so you can't get them. But they had everything.
Yeah, they get it together. Good old Brandenburg. I get to go there about once a week. There's nothing
That's
there.
a drive. Down to tip-off here from Franklin Simpson High School as the Lady Cats get set to take on Meade County in the first half of our boy-girl doubleheader at the Franklin Bank and Trust Wildcat Classic. Franklin Simpson 8-1 up to this point in the season. And TB, I mentioned Larisha's dominance. She did that at the Queen of the Commonwealth tournament where Franklin Simpson played 4 games, won their first 3. She averaged 21 points, 10 rebounds, very close to her season average, but she was held under 15 for just the second time in her last 30 games. In Monday's title game loss to Cooper, went 5 for 14 from the field. She's shooting a ridiculous 59% from the field this season. And the other issue in that game was the same as we saw last year in that game against Bowling Green, the three-point shooting. The Lady Cats 1 for 7 as a team from outside against Cooper. They went 5 for 26 going back to that region semifinal loss. And there's been a big dip this season. Now, a lot of that has to do with no Nasia Nolan up to this point in the season, out with a stress fracture. She's being reevaluated soon. Lady Cats certainly hope to have her back. Jasmine Savage has taken a little bit of a step back, but I would too after shooting over 40% from 3, putting up a top 6 percentage in the state from a year ago. But the other thing that factors into that, TB, is when you've only played 1 game at home up to this point in the season, you got to figure if you're going to shoot the ball, this is the place to do it.
Oh, this would be the place to do it. And like you said, there's been some woes in some of these games. You know, whenever you can't space the floor, and Larisha, who's a great all-around player, but does most of her damage in the paint, getting the ball in the post, it's easier for the defenders to kind of track in on her, double and triple team her, and that's what we saw in that championship game where the ball would be dumped down, and she couldn't even. She shoots an amazing percentage, but sometimes she can't get the shot off because she has so much pressure around her. And I think, like you said, being here at home, you know, haven't played many home games. I think you said 1. This would be the game to really space the floor, get some of these shooters some good open shots and start knocking them down.
And this is a team that, when you hear the starting 5, everything is going to be the exact same with the exception of one Caitlin McAllister. I mean, this team brings back 93% of their scoring from a year ago. And the suspects have been the same. Lanaya averaging 8 points a game. Vanessa Ray, she stepped up a little bit, averaging almost 8 points per game. Chloe is averaging 7 points per game for this Franklin Simpson team. Risha's really, it's been surprising that she's been the one to take the biggest step forward. But in big games like they have tonight against Peyton Bradley and this Meade County team, it's going to be that supporting cast that gets the Lady Cats over the top.
For sure, because you're going to have to match the scoring of Peyton Bradley. Again, like we said, she has a high points per game average. And it's going to be tough to contain her, especially on the defensive end, where she can come off the screen, shoot it, dribble down the court in transition, shoot it, get to her left hand, get to her right hand, scoop layups, all the stuff that she can do. And so Franklin's going to have to match that scoring, but then also try to contain her as she takes on the bulk of the offense for this Meade County team.
We'll learn about this Meade County team as we take a look at their starting lineup. It's Bradley at the point, the 5'9" senior that has offers from Eastern Kentucky, Murray State, UT Martin. She's played all the way since 7th grade when she averaged 7 points per game. 17th in the country when you look at per 32 minutes. So if you level everything out, if you give me 4 full quarters, what are you giving me? She's 17th in the country in scoring. Overall averaging 26 points per game this season. She shoots 11 threes, gets to the line at a high level as well. Her efficiency down this year, only shooting 33% from outside. I mentioned a career 40% shooter from deep, but she started to heat up. She had a heck of a run down in Arizona, averaging over 30 points per game across those 4 games. And outside of her, TB, you really notice this. The rest of the team is mostly just there to rebound and get her the ball. When you look at the forward, Savannah Triplett, she's committed to play at Lindsey Wilson, 5'8" senior, 8 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. They've got big Paige Harrison down low, the junior number 55, averaging 8 points, 8.7 boards. She's going to be the one that's most responsible for going up against Larisha all game long. You suspect to be the case. And then joining Bradley in the backcourt is Kaylee Ryder. Addie's still one of my favorite players to look out. She's really out there purely, TB, to rebound. 1.8 points, 5.6 rebounds per game so far this season. Everything they run is around Bradley, and it's fascinating to me because Caitlin Clark, for this reason, makes sense. When you think three-point shooters, you think off the ball, get them the ball in the corner, off of screens, catch and shoot. That's not her game. She's doing almost all of it off the dribble.
Exactly, and she's getting to her spots whenever she wants to. And the main thing is about this team, the reason that they're so good is that everybody knows their role and they know how to do it well. And so that'll be a tough task for Franklin to pull this one off tonight.
It's a senior backcourt with Bradley, Ryder, and Triplett, the 2 forwards, Stool and Harrison, both juniors. Under 9th-year head coach Dina Hackert, 158 wins, 2021-22 region champ out of the 3rd region, semifinalist there last season. I do want to mention, Coach Hackert also leads a church up in Brandonsburg. She does it all. If you look her up, she's got her own website for her ministry. She's all over the place doing everything. And awesome. The lady to my left is all over the place doing everything as well. And Coach Ashley Taylor, in her 5th season, 93 wins, 25 losses up to this point. The Lady Cats 8-1 this year, had that great streak of 16 straight games to start the season last year. They start with 8 in a row, coming off the lone loss, and now the opportunity to bounce back with a starting 5 that TB, I remember saying often last year, I'd say you've heard it before, you'll hear it again. If you've tuned into a game, you know this starting 5. I finally had to make a change because of Caitlin McAllister no longer being with us. So for the sake of it being my first game back on the broadcast, I'll run through everyone. The backcourt, 5'3" senior, averaging 8 points per game. Number 3, Lanaya Brown. On the wing, number 22, a 5'7" senior. They call her the Splash Sister. Okay. Jasmine Savage, 134 career three-pointers made. The Splash brother, Jared Savage, played at Austin Peay and WKU. Vanessa Ray into the starting lineup in place of Caitlin McAllister. 5'3" senior. She plays well above that height because of the hops, averaging 8 points per game. And I can still say this, the best front court duo this region has to offer. Number 15, Chloe Smith, averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds per game. And the heart of Russellville and the soul of this Franklin Simpson team, number 4, standing 5'11", Larisha Cawthorn, 6 double-doubles on the season, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds per game. Those are the starters for both sides. Franklin Simpson, Meade County facing off in the opening game on the FS side. It's the 3rd game of the day overall here at the Franklin Bank and Trust Classic. TB, we're both super excited to see this game get underway. And I'm anticipating, as you look out there, we didn't have heights to work with. We had some film to work with on Meade County. Paige Harrison is one of the few players you're going to see have the size to match up with a Larisha Cawthorn. That obviously going to be a battle, but what is Franklin Simpson going to do with Peyton Bradley defensively?
I mean, I just have to assume that they're going to double every chance they get. They're going to have to play really tough defense and really get her off her spots. As a great shooter, we all know they're going to get their buckets here and there, but the problem is you want to make it as difficult as you possibly can. And so you want to tire her out on defense, but on the same breath, you want to really hone in on her and make sure that she's not allowed to get those easy looks on the wings, from the elevator screen, from all these different schemes that they play, that you want to limit her scoring.
Harrison and Cawthorn will go for the tip. Harrison maybe with an inch on Larisha up there. Coach Ashley Taylor leading the Lady Cats for her 40th home game, just the 2nd of the season. She's 33-6 here all time. Risha wins the tip, and we're underway from Franklin Simpson High School. Sav, left wing, triple, bang, bang, bang!
Starting off off strong from a three-pointer, an assist that looked amazing.
Who's having shooting struggles? Bradley drives, stops, floater for Meade is good. Quick answer.
That's so much film. She does that so often, gets to the middle of the paint and then throws up a floater.
Lanaya Brown on the right wing. Savage pops top of the key, collects it, thought about a triple, now gives it back to Ray. Sav, wide open. Can she get another? Oh, that one off left rim. Rebound tip. Chloe Smith up with it. Working down low through 3 defenders. Misses the putback. Risha with another opportunity. Left it short. One more try. Fouled.
Wow. Again, the tenacity from this Wildcat offense, I thought she was about to hit the second one. That seemed like a heat checking away.
Larisha, we mentioned it, averaging over 10 rebounds per game this season. Had a couple there towards that mark, 1,000 for her career. She came in 6 short, so unofficially now just 4 short of that. It took her just a couple of putback opportunities as the first free throw is good. For a post player, she's been exceptional at the line, 75% shooter this season on 6.7 tries. And as a team, Franklin Simpson has really improved at the free throw line, up from 56% to 67% this year from last. Second, rims out for Larisha. Rebound chased down by Harrison. And 45 seconds in, it's 4-2 Franklin Simpson. Bradley comes front court, pressure tightly by Ray. Now gives it off on the right side to Triplett. She's picked up by Lanaya at half court. Picks up her dribble. Right wing, Bradley comes to get it. Still guarded man on by Ray, and TB they are extended well beyond the three-point line as Brown picks her pocket. Trying to chase it down, can't catch up into the Meade County bench. We wondered what the defensive approach would be. It's pressure all the way out to half court.
Yeah, it's pressure and switch all the way,
yes.
and they are hounding like dogs right now on the court.
You mentioned all the screens they like to use. They want to force those switches, but with these Franklin Simpson guards, there's really not an ideal matchup to force that switch with.
I mean, what do you do, right? Whenever you switched off, you have one speedster, one that's just very physical, and what can you do?
Stool left wing gives it up to Triplett at the top. Dribbles right, now it goes back to Bradley. Lanaya navigates through screens excellently. Now Chloe Smith forced on. That's the switch they would like. Three-pointer over the big is perfect.
I mean, that was an amazing shot, and that's the separation that she can cause at any time, and she can have her shot at any will at any point of the court.
She will try 11 of those a game as now Meade County leads it 5-4, minute and a half in. Chloe Smith, right corner, looks to go to work, top of the key. Sav has another try for 3. This one off the heel, no good. Lanaya Brown with the offensive board, charges in with power and muscles through the forward to score.
And that's the amazing thing about the Franklin Simpson Lady Cats, is that they go after these boards no matter on offense or defense.
Triplett has it on the right after a trap on Bradley. Right back to her, catch and shoot, triple. Off the left side, missed badly, rebound down low, put back for Stool is blocked by Smith. Another try is missed by Harrison, and here comes Cawthorn in transition. Holds her dribble on the right wing, gives it up to Smith on the elbow. Chloe drives in, 2 defenders flop, blocking call comes in. I think they're gonna wipe off the basket as Chloe scored. It was a late blocking foul, it was back-to-back flops as they get the foul, I believe, on Bradley. And now Franklin Simpson will inbound underneath. The official held up a 30. There's not a 30 on the floor. And we'll see if that gets corrected. Smith gets the inbound, then lost it off her leg. She was pressured tightly by Triplett, the Lindsey Wilson commit, and it goes right back to Meade County.
And I think we're going to say this all night long. History alert, right? We have Larisha, her 3rd rebound of the night. It's coming.
Bradley gives it over to Triplett on the right side, nearly lost it. Hounded by Vanessa Ray. Puts it on the floor, kicks it out into the corner. Now they give it back to Bradley off a wrap. Another 3-point try. Missed it long, but an offensive rebound chased down by Kaylee Ryder. Tries a shot, no good, missed long. Here comes Cawthorn. Left side, another rebound for the Unicorn. She gallops in transition, trapped in the corner. Kicks it out, Brown. Lanaya on the floor. 8-foot runner. Off the heel, no, but there's Chloe Smith, another rebound for her, and this time the putback is good. The Lady Cats, both of those forwards dominating the boards early on. It's 8-5, 3 minutes in.
And that's Chloe's 2nd offensive rebound. I mean, she is really getting after it. And another defensive just pressure.
And Vanessa goes on the floor to get it, nearly threw it away, but Chloe up with it. Pressured from behind, had it tipped, gets it back to Sav. Right wing, dribbles up to the 3-point line. Now Vanessa comes to get it at half court, they reset. 4:45 left, opening quarter, 8-5. Lady Cats lead. Nessa, top of the key, left side Lanaya Brown. Out to Nessa, attacks the zone. 14-foot jumper, gets the bounce off the front of the rim and down. Everyone has scored so far. For Franklin Simpson, it's 10-5.
And Franklin was really patient right there, swinging the ball around to get an easy open look right at the top of the key.
Bradley's got all 5 for Meade County, but she's gone cool the last couple of minutes. Swings it over on the left side, Triplett guarded by Smith. They're trying to work Bradley off some screens to the top. They open the doors, but Cawthorn comes out to trap Bradley off the catch. Stuck on the elbow, leaves it underneath, nearly lost by Harrison, but collected on the baseline, then throws it away right to Cawthorn. LaRisha in transition, left to right dribble, and Smith bumped and knocked down from behind. That's going to be a foul on Savannah Triplett. Lady Cats will get their first substitutions. For the first time, we'll see Jocelyn Nevitt for Meade County, as well as Emma Tanner, as Majayla Butler and Sanaya Downey come in for Franklin Simpson. Downey averaging a point per game. Majayla has in every game only 4 points, but she's not there to score. She's there for everything else.
And the reason that defensive possession was so successful is Franklin was communicating throughout all of the screens happening to get Paige open.
Majayla loses it on the right side, but they say it's deflected out by Meade County. Tanner, who just checked in, a sophomore, making her 9th appearance of the year in 10 games. She scored 6 points up to this point in the season. Nevitt, just a freshman, but averaging 4 points per game. Really the only bench presence for this Meade County team, as an inbound try is tipped right back out of bounds into the Meade County bench. Franklin Simpson keeps it. 4:01 left opening quarter, 10-5. Much better offensive start for Franklin Simpson than we saw overall in that Cooper game at the end of the Queen of the Commonwealth. As Smith inbounds to LaRisha safely this time, has it on the right wing now up top, Lanaya Brown. Extended 1-3-1 zone as Brown has it on the right wing to Cawthorn. Right elbow, Jay Butter. And a timeout taken by Meade County, 12-5. Coach Jermaine Savage hops up. He wanted that the entire time against that zone. This time out of full, so we'll take one with them. 3:48. So far, they sport perhaps the best shooter in the state, who Franklin Simpson gave up a couple of baskets too early on, but they've locked her down since then. Peyton Bradley with all 5. She brings it across half court for Meade County. Gets a screen, now trapped back there by Downey and Brown. Drops it off on the baseline. Wide open down there was Ryder. Her shot no good, but fouled going up for it, and she'll have a pair of free throws with a foul on Chloe Smith.
And that's the dangerous thing about trapping her, is that there's going to be somebody open, and we have seen her to be proven a good passer of the basketball.
Bradley averaging 4.6 assists per game to go along with those 26 points. She could rebound it as well, just over 4 per game for a team, averaging 33.5 rebounds per game, 12.5 of them offensive because of so many long rebounds from all the threes being taken by Bradley, as the first free throw is good for the junior forward Addie Stoll. Averaging just 1.8 points per game. She's there to rebound. She's had at least 4 every game. Misses the second free throw. LaRisha mistimed her jump, and there's an offensive rebound. We just talked on it by Tanner. She's trapped in the corner, pivoting both ways. Now drops it off on the baseline for Ryder. Tries to spin around Brown. Gets underneath. Had a layup look. Instead kicks it out to the left wing, and Nevitt traveled after the catch.
And the good thing about Meade County is that they are moving constantly without the ball. It's that mentality that if you don't have the ball, you need to go to another spot in the court, and they're doing that well. Just an unfortunate turnover.
That time it looked like a wide open layup underneath, but opted not to take it, as Chloe Smith has it on the right wing. Goes up top. Brown. Risha posted. Left block. Jabs. Pulls the midi. Missed it long. Majayla Butler chases down the offensive rebound. Now pulls it back out to Brown. Cawthorn wants it back at the elbow. Turns. Spins. 6-footer. This time gets the bounce. She's up to 5. 11 points short of 1,700. Bradley gets around the first defender, drives in and draws a block on Lanaya Brown, so she'll have her first 2 free throws of the night. She gets to the line 9 times a game. You wouldn't really expect that for somebody that shoots so much from outside, but she's really a modern player. She wants threes, she wants layups, maybe a floater or 2 thrown in there. And obviously, as you would expect from a great shooter, excellent at the line, 83% so far this season. But TB, I think we'd agree Franklin Simpson's done a really good job against her up to this point with his 8-point lead.
I mean, and knowing that you're going to have to make the others beat you in this game, they're really honing in on her and making sure that she is not the one to score all the points, that it's somebody else from the opposing team that is going to do the work that is going to be required.
Butler and Downey come out for Franklin Simpson starting 5 back out there as surprisingly Bradley missed the first free throw. Second one on the way. That one's good. She's up to 6 of the 7 for Meade County. They're being doubled up right now, 14-7, 2:45 left opening quarter. Chloe Smith, top of the key, sends it over to Brown in the left corner. Guarded loosely, now wraps to her right and gives it up to Ray. Nessa to Chloe Smith, wide open, 10-foot J. It's perfect.
And they're getting the ball into the middle of the court with ease every time. That's where most of the score is coming.
Bradley takes a screen. Now the trap comes as they try to get her switch onto the forward. Sends it into the right corner. A wide open 3 taken, and it's buried. There we see another player stepping up in the form of Kaylee Ryder. It's just 6 for 20 from 3 coming into this game, but that one looked perfect. And it's 16-10. Brown attacks, aggressive, and they get her for lowering the shoulder into Harrison. She's done that a couple of times. They didn't call it. This time they call an offensive foul against Lanaya on the drive.
And maybe it's because she kind of rolled her shoulder into her when she tried to do the spin. But on the other side of the ball, again, a great find, being double-teamed, and that's what you're going to do for the Lady Waves.
Bradley trapped again, turns, pulls a wild 12-footer, and she got it to go. Was a little bit of a Kobe Bryant leaner there, just found a way, and all of a sudden a 4-point game. Brown, left wing, gives it up to Ray. Lady Cats want to set up their offense against this extended zone defense. Kick out. Savage thought about a 3. Now it goes back out to Ray as now they've shifted a little bit more into what looks like a man. Cawthorn on the block, turns, 8-footer. That one long as well, just like she missed it earlier. Rebound tipped around, and they're going to say it's out off of Franklin Simpson. Meade County ball, 1:34 left in the quarter, only trailing by 4 all of a sudden as Sanaya Downey checks in. Franklin Simpson off to a great start. They've slowed down a bit here, and Bradley is, well, she started to speed things up. Ball goes into the right corner on a skip pass, nearly lost down there by Stoll. Now gives it up to the right side. Bradley fakes a 3, drives, runner from 12. That one long. Cawthorn with another rebound, splits through a double team, keeps her dribble, nearly lost it. Sprinting down the floor through 3 defenders. Euro, bucket, Larisha Cawthorn. That's the full Risha experience.
And she just muscled her way through the lane, through all those defenders, and she was so in control of her body while she did it.
Minute left in the quarter. It's 18-12. Franklin Simpson. Risha's got 7. Bradley left side, one-on-one with Vanessa Ray. That's your biggest matchup. Vanessa's done a really good job when they haven't tried to screen her off. Ball goes into the right corner to Ryder. Kick out, top of the key. Smooth mid-range jumper is perfect from Triplet. Her first bucket of the night. With 40 seconds left in the opening quarter, back to a 4-point game. Right corner, Downey all alone for a triple. Just off as it rattles and misses. Rebounded down low by Harrison. Meade County has a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Bradley picks up her dribble, goes down low. Harrison walked with it, wanted to make the pass, but held on to it for one extra step.
And for Peyton, I think that was a no-look. I mean, she put a little spin, a little flash on that. She was trying to make a little highlight right there.
Lanaya Brown back in for Downey. 27 seconds left for Franklin Simpson. Is likely they'll hold for 1. Ray takes the inbound. She'll walk into the front court, getting her instructions from Coach Taylor.
And look at the matchup. Peyton's guarding Larisha for the final 20 seconds of the quarter.
As this has turned into a man-to-man defense, most notably Peyton Bradley is on Cawthorn, and they've got Harrison, the center, just sitting down low. Down low, Smith goes to work on Harrison, misses the left foot hook shot, got it back, and now the second try blocked. Fighting for the rebound as Brown comes away with it, flips it up in the horn, but it's just short. Hustle plays all around for Franklin Simpson, but after a late charge, a 7-4 run to end the quarter. Meade County has cut this to a 4-point ball game. 18-14, Franklin Simpson leads it after 1. You're listening to Lady Cat Basketball on 92.3 WFK.
Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
quarter down 18-14. The Lady Cats leading it over Meade County. The first half of this doubleheader, the Wildcats on Bardstown. After this, Larisha Cawthorn leading Franklin Simpson with 7 points. Peyton Bradley on the other side for Meade County leading all scorers with 8. The Lady Wave with 2 3-pointers made so far. Jasmine Savage with the one for Franklin Simpson. This is a team that shoots 31% from deep in Meade County. They make 6 threes per game, and they've made 6 or more 6 times, including all 4 of their games down in Arizona. Bradley brings it up on the left hand, guarded by Vanessa Ray, starting 5 on the floor for both sides. Bradley, left wing, picks it up, now swings it to the top of the key to Ryder. Guarded loosely by Cawthorn, right elbow to the big and Harrison. Gave it back to Bradley, lost it. Now it ends up down low with Ryder, and a foul going to be called down low against Lanaya Brown. She had the offensive foul earlier. And I believe with that foul, she's up to 3 and going to have to check out. Sanaya Downey back in. Lanaya clearly frustrated. Lady Cats going to be without their point guard for the final, likely 7:43 of this first half. Bradley gets the inbound, catch and shoot, quick trigger 3. It's airmailed short as Downey gets pushed down low. The Lady Cats were going to let that go out of bounds. Then Ryder pushed Downey into it and picked up the foul. It'll be Franklin Simpson ball anyway.
And if the Lady Waves, that's the kind of shot you want. I mean, wide open off the screen, just didn't connect it.
Right side, Downey has it. Gives it up to Savage at the top of the key. They abandon that 1-3-1 zone pretty quickly. Downey's going to try another 3. That one off the front of the rim, no good. And a strong rebound by Paige Harrison down low for Meade County. She leads them with 8.7 per game. Bradley in the front court, guarded by Ray. Driving left between the legs, dribble back to the wing. Now sends it up top to Ryder. At the free throw line, Harrison holds right back to Ryder, driving left into Smith. Might have affected the shot. Either way, it's an offensive rebound for Harrison. Gives it up to Triplett. Her jumper no good, and Cawthorn has the board. Larisha in transition. Drops it off for Smith. A little big-to-big action, and Chloe finishes with the right hand on the left side. She's already got 6, and that rebound as well. 1,000 career boards for Larisha Cawthorn, and then followed up with a coast-to-coast assist to the center. I mean, come on.
I mean, she's doing amazing work in all facets of the game right now.
20-14, Franklin Simpson up top trying to drive on Smith is Jocelyn Nevitt. Gets to the bucket, scores. Are they going to count it? Now, I think they signal for the basket. Or are they going to say it's on the floor? Both sides still seeing what the call's going to be. It's an and one for Nevitt. Went through traffic, scissored through, got into the body of Smith and finished. An and one opportunity in their TB. More foul trouble. That's the second foul against Chloe Smith.
And this same set that they're running now, getting the ball to the middle and then dumping it off to get a clear lane to the basket is working for Meade County right now. And they're keeping it close, closer than you would think.
3 points with the and one for Nevitt as Downey gets it on the right wing. Bounces it to Ray, gets it right back. They are daring Sanaya to shoot. She doesn't, and instead it goes up top to Vanessa Ray, and Jasmine tells her to slow down. Walks it to the right side, sends it up top. Chloe Smith being pressured now right back to Vanessa Ray. Downey, free throw line, turns, gives it down low. Risha spins, 8-foot jumper, no good. Smith tries to charge in for the rebound, but it's ripped away by Peyton Bradley. She's on the run deep on the right wing. Crossover dribble, then goes behind the back, but got caught and going to be called for a double dribble. Tried to go with that behind the back, but it got stuck on her back and took an extra step with it and turns it over. 2 minutes into the quarter, 20-17 Franklin Simpson. This game, TB, has been everything we thought it would be.
Everything and more. And if you're Peyton Bradley, you're going to have the usage rate of a Steph Curry or LeBron James. You're going to turn the ball over some. I thought we were about to get some showtime from her whenever she went behind the back.
Smith checks out for Franklin Simpson. Majayla Butler back in. Downey has it deep on the right side again. They are daring Franklin Simpson to shoot. They clearly watched the film from that Cooper game. Ray has it, now sends it over to Downey on the right wing. Post, Cawthorn, one-on-one Bradley, but they got Harrison shadowing. Nice pass down low to Ray. She was isolated one-on-one, draws the foul on the 2-point try against Kaylee Ryder.
And that's the thing about Larisha, right? She's going to draw all the defenders' eyes on her. And so in doing that, she got Paige to get out of the paint and allowed her teammate to run into the paint as a timeout has been called.
Timeout taken by the Lady Cats ahead of the 2 free throws for Vanessa Ray. It's a full. We're going to keep it here through the timeout. And remind you, the second quarter night is brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. At Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Lady Cats and support all of the players and coaches eye care needs. We're accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020. That's 776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin. Vanessa Ray, TB, was seeing these lineups with Chloe Smith out. She's only 5'3", but an excellent athlete. She really starts to function as the power forward alongside Larisha. Averages 4 rebounds per game. She's averaging 7.7 points per game so far this year. She's been in double figures twice. Only had 2 in that Queen of the Commonwealth Tournament Championship game against Cooper. Especially with Chloe in some foul trouble right now. Lanaya with 3 fouls. Probably won't see the floor for the rest of this half. She's a player that you look to have a big second quarter if you're Franklin Simpson. You want to hold on to this 3-point lead that you got.
And I think the big thing is keep on attacking on the offensive glass. If you don't make the shot, they've been doing great. In the first quarter, I think they had 8 offensive rebounds as a team, and that's amazing. Just amazing tenacity.
I mentioned that the team as a whole has made a really big jump at the free throw line. Nessa is one of those. As she sends up a moon shot that swishes through for the first of these 2 free throws. She's bumped up 12% at the line from last year. Her second on the way. It's perfect as well. Lady Cats as a team are 3 for 4 at the free throw line, and the lead up to 5. Bradley walks it up scoreless so far in the quarter. 2.5 minutes into this second frame. Gets a screen up top from Harrison. Still one-on-one with Ray. Drives in, spins backward. Great defense. Has to dump it off on the baseline. Nevin attacks. Her shot no good. Cawthorn fighting for the board and tips it to Butler. Great job to get that away from Paige Harrison. Cawthorn right side. Ray crossover dribble. Gets caught inside. Flips one up and it goes over the backboard. A little too much momentum. A little too much juice flowing on that one.
Yeah, just a little too much speed there. Wanted to slow that down. But again, on the defensive side, you had an amazing pass, down low, dump off, and Larisha with the help defense. I think she got a piece of that block, but I'm not for sure.
Harrison has it top of the key, now sends it over on the right side. They're trying to spring Bradley 3. Now sets a screen for a driving Harrison, who caught it on the block, missed the layup though, and Butler's up with it for Franklin Simpson. To Ray, right-handed dribble, gets inside, stops, flings it out to Savage, but the pass is deflected. Jasmine tried to save it, but it was off of Meade County, and the Lady Wave has it anyways. A pass to the left side. Ryder in transition, left-handed layup, no good. Great transition defense by Butler, who's fighting for the rebound. They finally call a jump ball. And the possession arrow will give it to FS. Rewarded for the hustle. That took a long time to call that jump ball. But the Lady Cats get it back, and for the first time now as Ray comes out, we'll see Abby Riley, the freshman for Franklin Simpson, making just her 7th appearance. But you got to dig into that bench when you've got a Lanaya in foul trouble. And, well, speaking of that, Chloe Smith with 2 fouls. She's going to check in at the next dead ball.
And speaking of Butler over there, she has 3 rebounds.
That's what she's in there to do. She is, oh, she's a dog. Downey right side gives it up to Butler in the corner. Left-handed dribble, holds it still on the wing, goes back out to Downey. To Riley up top. Heady player, just a smart one, and you've got to be in there as a freshman. Downey gets a great feed from Cawthorn, but had the layup blocked, and it's rebounded by Harrison. Bradley, one-handed fling up ahead in transition, stole. Left block layup, good, and the lead is back down to 3.
And that's Bradley making those plays like she can.
Riley tries to go up ahead to Cawthorn, but it's tipped and stolen away by Bradley. In transition, stops, pulls, 16-foot mid-range jumper. Perfect. She's into double figures with 10, and it's a 1-point ball game. Timeout, Franklin Simpson. 3:56 left in the opening quarter. First field goal of the quarter for Peyton Bradley. It's been a slow one offensively. We had 32 total points in the first quarter. Meade County has outscored Franklin Simpson. We're over halfway through the second quarter, just 6-4 so far. But most notably, TB, you mentioned Larisha Cawthorn. You mentioned dominating those boards. 7 points in the opening quarter, has not scored in this second quarter. Only 13 points against Cooper in that Queen of the Commonwealth title game. Right now, the whole plan of this defense, we talked about denying Bradley the ball. All Meade County is trying to do is deny Cawthorn the ball down low.
I mean, it's in a defensive adjustment, right? Franklin Simpson going to get the ball to the top of the key, get it to the wing, and get it down low to Larisha just hasn't been working, especially with Paige out there kind of shadowing her, not necessarily guarding her, but being help defense for her. And so the Wildcats are going to have to make an adjustment, going to have to find a different way, a new way to get Larisha the ball in open space down low.
They showed that 1-3-1 early on defensively, Meade County did, but it's morphed into basically the invert of a boxing one. It's man-to-man, except they just keep Harrison down low. Smith drives into traffic, in trouble. Her pass deflected. Downey up with it, now sends it up top. Vanessa Ray, nice crossover dribble. Kicks it out right side. Downey had an open mid-range jumper. Didn't take it. Might be in her own head after those 2 3-pointers missed. Cawthorn, left elbow, one-on-one Bradley. Kicks it out, Savage, fakes a 3 from the corner. Now it goes to Larisha on the wing. Dump it off. Back to Sav. 3-ball. Misses short off the lip, and it's rebounded again by Harrison. She has started to clean that glass in the second quarter. Here comes Bradley. Meade County only trails by a point. Between the legs dribble. Kick out. Left corner. Confident three-point stroke. It's missed, though, by Nevitt. And Savage has the board for Franklin Simpson. Ray, full head of steam. Drives right side. Stops. Gives it up. Downey. Kick out. Sav. Top of the key. Tray ball. Money.
And that's, again, you have to know your role on this team. If she's not wanting to shoot it and looking for the open man, that's fine. I know you're going to want everybody to shoot the open shot always, but in this business, there's always a better shot to look.
Fourth game of the year that Sav has had multiple three-pointers. She did that in 20 of 32 games last season. Wrapping around the baseline and dropping it off is Tanner. Shot missed off a good pass. It was a good wrap. They set it up nicely. Couldn't finish the layup. And here comes Cawthorn. Sav trailing right wing triple. Give her another one.
She is on fire. Is that her third or fourth three for tonight?
That's her third of the game. TB, I said it at the top of the broadcast, there's no place like home. Third triple for Sav. She's glad to be back. And just like that, the lead is 7. Right side jumper is missed, but a foul called as Bradley was able to draw contact from Ray on a step-back shot from about 10 feet out, and she'll get a couple free throws.
I mean, wow, she is shooting lights out. And like you said, when you're at home, you're familiar with these courts. You do a lot better job shooting the ball, and she is doing amazing. And that's Larisha's second assist, the same kind of play that happened early in the first quarter, just a little dump off. And Franklin Simpson's doing pretty well on the offensive side now. Defensively, Bradley's looking to kind of push the pace. We saw her in transition. We see so much film. In transition, pull-up three. Again, in transition, pull-up jumper.
Bradley makes the first free throw, now steps back up to take the second. It's good. She's got 4 in the quarter. It's 28-23. Ray walks it up, now gives it over to Riley on the right wing, back into the ball game for Franklin Simpson. Smith, elbow, tries to go down low to Cawthorn. It was over her head, saves it though on the baseline, back out to Smith, goes up strong against the center Harrison and draws a foul on a layup try.
She went up strong, but if I'm being honest, that was probably a block. But a great save by Larisha. I mean, that was very athletic play to get it back to the top of the key.
It'll be 2 free throws for Chloe Smith, the first foul against Paige Harrison. Chloe already 6 points in this ball game, averaging 7 per game this year, misses the first free throw long, was excellent at the line last year, 65% shooter, now just 8 for 18 this season. Again, like the rest of the team, those numbers, all shooting numbers usually dip when you're away from home so much. As Chloe will try another, and this one misses long as well. Rebound tipped by Bradley. It's collected down low by Tanner, who gives it right back to her point guard. 1:50 left in the quarter. 28-23 is the Franklin Simpson lead. Triplet controls up top. They're trying to spring Bradley free. She gets it on the right wing. Cawthorn switches onto her, fakes a 3, goes baseline. Larisha, great defense, forced her into a trap. And a turnover by Bradley, overthrew Harrison, picked off, and on the run, getting fouled, is Riley.
That was a great trap down low by Larisha and company. And Paige honestly could have made that catch and put it up, but it just went over her fingertips. And, I mean, the defensive intensity by the Franklin defense, having to deal with all those screens. There's 2 screens at the top of the key there. It's pretty hard to do that without good communication.
Ray brings it up, sends it over on the left side to Savage. Chloe Smith, left corner. She's going to tee off for a 3. Just off the mark. Rebound fought for and tipped out of bounds by Riley down there for Franklin Simpson. Boy, you don't see that every day from Chloe Smith. And you don't see that every day. I mean, you don't see it at all, but that was a good-looking shot.
It was a good-looking. I mean, I thought it was going in.
It looked perfect. It's been that kind of day. Franklin Simpson, 3 triples, all of them from Jasmine Savage. She leads the way with her 9 points. Peyton Bradley leads Meade County with 12 as she brings it up on the right side. To Harrison, top of the key. They set an off-ball screen. Bradley, catch, fire, money. Her second 3 of the ball game.
And that was a pitch-perfect play. A little misdirection, having somebody come off to the top of the key, looking for a handoff, and then getting it back to Bradley for the 3.
Riley, right wing to Smith on the elbow. Cawthorn down low, has Bradley pinned. Nothing she could do about it, but Larisha missed the layup, missed again on the putback try, and then Harrison takes the rebound away. Couple of bunnies missed for Risha. Lady Cats need to get back on defense. Ball goes right corner. 3-point try. Rattles off short. Missed by Ryder. And here comes Cawthorn the other way off the rebound. to Riley. Right side, confident drive right into Bradley, but a charge called. Made the layup, but it's wiped off the board.
And we see Bradley again in transition, just finding the open man. And again, if you're Meade County, those are the shots you'll take. I mean, you need to get these open shots, and all this attention on Bradley, you're going to have to drain some of those. And on the other side, that's Larisha's. I want to say that's her ninth rebound. That's her ninth rebound of the game.
Only 7 points. She struggled to get those putbacks to go. We'll look at halftime. How many of those rebounds are offensive so far? As on the right side, Triplett has it. Now wraps to the top of the key. Again, trying to work Bradley open. Picked up very well by Butler on the left side. On ball screen now, Ray switches on. Top of the key, crossover dribble. Bradley into the lane, throws up a runner from 6, no good. Cawthorn fighting for a rebound with 2 players. They blow the whistle. I don't know if it's going to be a foul on Risha or a jump ball fighting for it with Paige Harrison. I think it's going to be a jump ball call, which keeps it with Meade regardless. Next Franklin Simpson foul does put Meade County in the bonus. Harrison gets the inbound right corner, now gives it off to Jocelyn Nevitt off the bench. She's played a lot of minutes. Ball goes onto the right side. Bradley, three-pointer over. Cawthorn at the horn is good.
What a pitch-perfect play. I mean, Bradley, every time she gives the ball up, there's 10 screens, and she's moving to the opposite side of the court.
And just like that, after the flurry from Sav from outside, it's Meade County who leads it at halftime, 29-28 after the three-pointer from Peyton Bradley. Hits back-to-back to end the half. She's hit 3 3-pointers in this ball game. We know it, more than capable. Over 400 for her career. Now the 6th straight game she's made at least 3 3-pointers. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you all the numbers from this opening half of play, and we'll get a little bit of preview for the boys' matchup as the Wildcats are on the floor getting a warm-up in ahead of their matchup against Bardstown in the nightcap of this double-header. Again, your score at the break, 29-28. Franklin Simpson trailing Meade County here at Franklin Simpson High School on 92.
Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
When it comes to our customers.
Just listening to them, talking to them, figuring out a little bit about their background. A larger bank is not going to ask you those questions to figure out the end goal for you.
We stuck with Franklin Bank and Trust for over 10 years, easily because of the service.
I like to think of us more than just checking accounts and loans and things, but dreams and goals and aspirations is what we're trying to help people reach.
Franklin Bank and Trust, hometown banking at its best.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot.
games. And that's what Coach Taylor wanted to turn Franklin Simpson into this year with all of the tough games that they've played in up to this point of the season. Obviously, Meade County being one of those. Peyton Bradley, probably the best player that Franklin Simpson is going to see overall this season. She's got 18 points, 3 3-pointers to lead everybody. Nobody else with more than 3 points on the Meade County team. Kaylee Ryder, Addie Stoll, and Jocelyn Nevitt all with 3 points up to this point. Savannah Triplett, the 5'8 senior, committed to play at Lindsey Wilson. Franklin's done a great job on her, just 2 points up to this point in the ball game. And on the other side for the Lady Cats, you would be very happy at halftime to hear that Jasmine Savage was leading the way with 9 points and 3 3-pointers. Her season high this year, 12, made 4 3-pointers in that ball game. Franklin Simpson as a team, all their threes have been Jasmine's 3 triples. Last year, we saw time after time Franklin Simpson make 5 or more 3-pointers in ball games. It has not happened yet this season. The 4 3-pointers from Jasmine, that accumulated up to a team high for Franklin Simpson so far this season. Larisha, 7 points, all of them in the opening quarter. What to UTB was so effective about what Meade County was doing defensively to hold her scoreless in that second quarter of play?
I think they really emphasize on not letting the ball get to the free throw line. And when the ball gets to the free throw line, that's when they're able to get the ball down to Larisha if she's not the one to catch it. And the couple times they did, Larisha just, like you said, missed a couple bunnies. She got a couple offensive rebounds and just couldn't put the ball in. But that's what Meade County has been trying to do, and keep it out of the free throw line, because when you can do that, then you can double team Larisha when she's at either block. You can have Paige kind of sitting there lurking while Bradley's working on her down on the block.
Another encouraging sign, Chloe Smith already with 6 points in this ball game, averaging 7 points per game so far this season. Is really the only player we've seen with a points per game drop off from last year. Averaged 10 points per game, but when you've got Larisha averaging around 23, that's going to happen with your other post player. But starting to round into form now. She was a player that consistently was in double digits last year for Franklin Simpson, scored 10 or more 19 times. This year only twice coming into this ball game. On pace with 6 points in the opening half, 2 points for Lanaya Brown, 4 for Vanessa Ray. All the points coming from the starting 5 for Franklin Simpson. Again, still no Nasia Nolan for the Lady Cats, and foul trouble for Lanaya Brown. Obviously a much different team with her on the bench, especially defensively, and 2 fouls picked up for Chloe Smith as well. 29-28 the score at the break. The only other number I want to mention, I talked about this if you tuned in any Lady Cat broadcast last year, how good this team was defensively. They've been top 30 in the state every year under Coach Taylor, undoubtedly in the top 10 so far this season. When you look at how they've been able to limit opponents, 37 points allowed per game so far this season. They only gave up 35.5 last year. That was 5th in the state. This is a team, they're undefeated when they hold teams under 40. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. 29 points already on the board for Meade County. When they give up 50 or more points, the Lady Wave on pace to score 58 right now. When Franklin Simpson gives up 50 or more under Coach Taylor, just 6-18. Now, they're 1-0 so far this season under those circumstances. We'll see which way the numbers bend as we get into the second half. Taking a look quickly, TB, at this boys game that's coming up. Franklin Simpson and Bardstown clashing. A Wildcat team, 2-5, dropped 3 games down in Gatlinburg against a Bardstown team that is 6-1 on the season, but they really haven't played a super high level of competition. They've played 3 teams with worse records than Franklin Simpson. Their 6 wins against teams that are a combined on the season, 17-33. They've also only played 2 road games up to this point. Those 2 teams had a combined 1-16 record. The Wildcats really just trying to find their identity right now. Offensively, there's been a big efficiency drop-off, and we'll talk about this more when we get to that second game. But so much has fallen on the shoulders of Ja'Kai Pardinger. He's going to have a big game tonight. And Cole Scherer has clearly been the most improved player for Franklin Simpson. He's really the only post presence the Wildcats have, and he's going to have a tall task going up against a tall and athletic and uber efficient Bardstown team on the other side.
Yeah, we know going into the season, right, the biggest thing was development. Losing 4 of your 5 seniors that started on the court last year. You're going to have to develop these players. And as we've seen, the Wildcats are struggling. You know, they do well when they're getting out in transition, but they're not getting as many steals as they want to, like they did last year, and able out to run. And again, like you said, this year, especially against this Bardstown team, they have athletes.
They do.
Right? Tykeem Tall Williams, forgive me if I didn't say that right.
I thought it was perfect.
Kentucky State High high jump champion.
The name is kind of a lie because he's really not that tall. Now, it's spelled T-A-U-L, Tall Williams. And you think, oh, cool. He's got the tall name. He's a 6'1 senior. 6'1, that would qualify him as one of the taller players on this Franklin Simpson team. Leads Bardstown in rebounding, and it really didn't make sense to me at first until I dove in and I saw his Twitter bio, and he's the Kentucky State high jump champion. I said, okay, I guess that all checks out. It shouldn't be Tall Williams. It should be Jump Williams. I don't know. Somebody messed that up there when trying to figure out a name for a basketball player popping out of the womb. We're about set to get the third quarter underway here between Franklin Simpson and Meade County on the girls' side. That second quarter, again, brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Lady Cats and support all of the players and coaches' eye care needs. We are accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin. Lady Cats trail it 29-28 TB as we get set to start this third quarter. Gonna get to see more Lanaya Brown with those 3 fouls. Gonna have to be careful out there for the Lady Cats. What adjustments do you want to see from Franklin Simpson as we get set to start the second half?
I think one thing that we did see in the first quarter is when Lanaya was on the court, she was doing great distributing the ball. She had 3 assists when she was playing in the court, and then that assist number kind of just dropped off because they're just not able to get the looks that they wanted. And so having Lanaya in the starting lineup again, it's starting the third quarter, as long as she stays out of foul trouble, she should be able to get the ball where it needs to be to help Larisha get these open shots, to help Chloe Smith get these open shots, and ultimately just to help this offense score in a quarter that they were kind of a little bit lackluster going into it.
This third quarter brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. As a former athlete at FSHS, Tanner Clark knows a thing or two about basketball and a thing or two about money. We used to run him off the floor at the Boys and Girls Club.
True.
Tax questions or issues that you need consultation for, he's your guy. You need bookkeeping or payroll done, Tanner and his team, they do it all. Call them at 270-586-9899. Lanaya inbounds it to Vanessa Ray as we get this third quarter underway. Lady Cats trail it by 1 here at Franklin Simpson High School. Left elbow, Smith. They set up the big-to-big pass down low to Cawthorn, but it's deflected away. Nearly stolen, but now Chloe has it. Dump off Brown. 3-foot jumper, banked up and in. And the Lady Cats have a 1-point lead off the 2-pointer from Brown. Welcome back to the lineup, Lanaya.
And that was great. Chloe almost lost the ball, almost threw a bad turnover, but able to control herself, get the ball back, and then dish it right to Lanaya for an open
Bradley,
shot.
dangerous pass, stolen away easily by Chloe Smith. In transition, ball on the floor, goes all the way to the rim, but took an extra step as she got to the bucket, was able to finish, but dragged that back foot. I think just started her takeoff a little bit too early.
I think she did a little skip there. She was, just a little skip, but it's fine. Again, an uncharacteristic pass from Bradley. I wouldn't expect to see that again.
I wouldn't either. Ray is out there pressuring her near half court. Lady Cats just man-to-man across the board right now as immediately we see Nevitt, who played a ton of minutes for Meade County in that first half. She's set to check in at the first dead ball. Ball in the right corner. Now it goes back to Bradley. Meade County chewing some clock here, down by a point, 1 minute in to the third quarter. Bradley still guarded by Ray. Gives it off to the big Harrison. They're trying to give it back to Bradley off a screen. It's set up well. Ball goes into the corner. Bradley, one dribble, fires, fadeaway, triple over Savage is good.
And again, just off the screens. And she's really good at finding the open space when she doesn't have the ball.
Brown right side. Lady Cats now trail by 2. Wraps it around baseline. Leaves it for Smith. Missed the left block layup. Second try no good, but found underneath by Stool. And she'll have 2 more free throws. Missed her first 2 in the first half. Lady Cats 3 for 6 as a team. Meade County 5 for 7. Bradley has now made her last 3 3-pointers. She's got 21 points. She scored at least 33 times this season, and 2 of her last 3 games coming into this one. As Chloe takes her dribbles, releases the free throw, and there she gets her first one of the night to go.
And we see the difference in the offense with Lanaya in the starting lineup. She was able to drive right to the paint and kind of hook around and find Chloe underneath the basket. She wished she would have got the first shot, but 2 free throws would suffice.
Lady Cats have struggled around the rim, but they've gotten enough offensive rebounds almost to make up for it as Chloe's second free throw was good. Notice there, TB, she backed up about 6 or 7 inches from the free throw line after she missed her first 2 long. I think that was a very good adjustment as both of those were perfect. Ray picks the pocket of Bradley. On the floor, up with the steal, but Bradley dives with her and takes it away. And a timeout taken quickly by Coach Hackert and Meade County.
Wow.
Coach Taylor upset with how fast they gave her that timeout. It's just the 30. We'll stay here. Vanessa, great job to get that ball away, but couldn't quite control it. And then Bradley with the effort play to lay back out forward. And one thing we haven't been able to mention, if you've been watching here on Channel 9, you may have noticed Bradley playing with a big brace on the knee. When you look at all of her career accolades, very easily could have more than what she's done up to this point. Only played in 19 games last year, had a torn ACL, didn't know for sure right off the heels of that happening when she would be back, was able to make it back for the start of the season. Maybe not as explosive of a player as she was before, but when you see somebody with 21 points up to this point in the ball game with that big brace on the leg all over the floor, safe to say I don't think she's too worried about that knee so far this season.
You can tell she's tough. She's a tough player. I mean, you're going to have to be tough when you're playing against these Wildcats specifically.
Bradley gets the inbound out of the timeout. Ray defends her up top. Starting five still on the floor for Franklin Simpson. Bradley between the leg dribble, step back. They force a switch. Savage was on her. Ray goes out to contest the shot. It's missed. Misfired off the right side of the rim. Rebound somehow saved at the last second, but it goes right to Nessa. And here comes the Lady Cats in transition. Lanaya, full court pass to Larisha, who lost it on the baseline out of bounds and stops and just stares into those gymnastics pads that they have up against the wall. She's frustrated and has been since that second quarter.
And that's
scoreless since the opening frame.
And that was Lanaya's second turnover of the game. Just not too accurate, but it's okay.
Bradley right side off a screen, and it's an illegal screen called against Kaylee Ryder. That's her third foul for Meade County.
Now, this is a comparison to the Golden State Warriors, specifically to Draymond Green. Whenever you have somebody running around all of these screens, you're bound to get some illegal screens. And, you know, maybe they're a little more fortunate that not many of them are called, but it works.
They got one there. Risha gives it up to Ray. Drives in right side. Pulls from 12. Missed the jumper long. Cawthorn with the offensive rebound. Splits through two defenders. Finishes over another. And one. Boy, she needed that one. And I'll tell you what, she wanted that one. She was going to get that one no matter what.
And I bet she felt good just putting the ball in the hoop, and that's her 10th rebound. That makes it a double-double for her, correct?
She makes this free throw. She's got it. I'm hoping you didn't put the broadcaster jinx on. If you did, everyone listening, everyone watching, wasn't me.
I'll apologize.
We'll put that one on TV.
But she's going to make it. We already know it.
Sav comes out, Downey in for Franklin Simpson. Stoll had checked out for just a moment, immediately back in for Meade County. As Cawthorn's free throw bounces all the way around and falls. The Jinx tried to work its magic, but couldn't finish the job. Risha now leads Franklin Simpson with 10. It's 35-32 Lady Cats, 5.5 minutes left in the quarter. Ball thrown away. Downey up with the steal. Here comes Ray into the front court. A couple of crossover dribbles. Gets caught on the elbow and dragged the pivot foot. Called for a travel. We've seen a few of those turnovers in transition. I've talked with Coach Taylor about this last year. Vanessa has no problem pushing down the gas pedal. It's just hard when you go that fast to be able to fully flip it to the break.
Yeah, to stop it and not to slide with it as well. Again, another uncharacteristic turnover. She tried to dump it off between two defenders as Franklin presses.
Bradley gets it on the left wing. Catch and shoot three. It's perfect. Coach Taylor extremely frustrated, telling her girls, you've got to get out there against her. The net for a moment caught up on the rim. The official knocks it down. That three-pointer knocked down, and we're tied up at 35. Bradley has made 4 of her last 5 now from deep. 5:10 left in the quarter. She's been terrific.
You know what's amazing? She's so deadly just off the catch.
Yes. Cawthorn had a pass deflected, now gets it back on the near side, holds it at the end on the Franklin Simpson, written from left to right here on the home floor. Brown to Smith on the elbow, spins to her left, gets inside, 5-foot runner, goes all the way around and out, but there's Cawthorn on the opposite block. Microwave it.
There we go, she's heating up.
She's heating up, 37-35. Get used to that term on this broadcast. Excellent terminology. Pull out the encyclopedia for these broadcasts. As the pass is kicked down on the baseline, they'll stay with Meade County. Sav is going to come back in for Franklin Simpson. Downey comes out. Meade County brings back in the big Harrison as Triplett will check out of the ball game. Nevin out there as well as Ryder, of course, Bradley. And Stool for Meade County off the catch. Nevitt gets inside, working on Brown, spins, fakes, goes back up with the left hand, missed it short, and Smith sealed off Harrison and got the board. Brown up ahead. Cawthorn sealed off Bradley. bump from behind. They don't call it. Doesn't matter. She finishes anyways. Larisha Cawthorn, 7 in the quarter. We're not even halfway through at 39-35 FS.
And what an amazing pass by Lanaya. That's her 4th assist.
Left side, deep triple from Nevitt. Left short, Cawthorn tipped the board. It's out of bounds on the far side to stay with Meade County. Emma Tanner back in. Nevitt will come out. Tanner yet to score, has gotten a lot of run in this ball game. Only 6 points scored on the season, but doesn't make mistakes. And we've started to see some mistakes pile up in this quarter for Meade County as Sanaya Downey comes back in for Vanessa Ray. Lady Cats still without a point from their bench in this ball game. Pass down low, Harrison wide open. A lot of misdirection that time as they pulled everybody out to the three-point line. Harrison goes down to the block, finishes uncontested for her first bucket of the ball game to make it a 2-point game. Brown through traffic, gets a bump, and they call another charge. Split through 2 defenders, runs into Bradley. They give the charge call. That's the 4th foul on Lanaya Brown. 2nd charge, both against much bigger players.
And Coach Taylor electing to keep her in this quarter.
Think you need to. You got to trust your senior in this spot, guarding Bradley, who might try to target Lanaya here. Runs to the right side, gets a screen up top from Harrison. Downey comes up to trap. Sings it over on the right side. Bradley back, baseline, 16-foot fader, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound batted around. Cawthorn fighting for it for Franklin Simpson. As we get a jump ball call that will keep it with Meade County. That one a bit quicker trigger on the jump ball than we saw earlier. And now Lanaya Brown will come out for Vanessa Ray. Let's see how the Lady Cats fare this time without their senior point guard. Down low, Ryder looking to inbound, getting close to that 5 count. Guarded by Cawthorn, finally got it in. It's deflected by Ray, saves it on the baseline to Savage. To Cawthorn, here's the Unicorn once more. Euro step through everybody on the layup's good.
And she's on fire.
Microwaving.
Wow, what a move by Larisha to get to the pen on that fast break.
Bradley down low, Harrison guarded by Cawthorn. They wanted to walk, didn't get the call, kicks it out for a 3. It's airmail, but it's going to be saved on the baseline by Tanner. Bradley gets it up top, and she'll slow things down. 3:05 left in the 3rd quarter. FS up 41-37. Crossover dribble, gets inside, leaves it for Harrison, blocked from behind by Cawthorn. Saved. Bradley, mid-range jumper. It's deflected, and a late foul comes in as that ball had almost hit the floor. Probably the right call, but I think the official, like us, was caught watching to see if it went in first.
Yeah, that's probably true. And again, just watching the offense move for this Meade County, and Bradley, she really controls every aspect of this offense.
And she controls the pace of the game.
Exactly.
As she makes the first free throw, missed her first. She's made 4 since then. Going to come back in for Franklin Simpson. Downey out, triplet back in for Meade County. The senior, I mentioned this, committed to Lindsey Wilson, averaging 8 points per game, 5 rebounds. She scored in double figures 3 times this year. Really has been a non-factor so far tonight. It has been all Bradley offensively for Meade. As she makes another free throw, she's got 8 in the quarter, 26 for the night. It's 41-39 Franklin Simpson. Ray lost the inbound pass from Smith, now collects it, and she'll bring it across. With Brown waiting on the right side to initiate the offense. Now Jets inside as Ray still holds it at half court up top, Chloe Smith. One dribble, Lanaya Brown, left corner, down low, Cawthorn, double team. That should have been a foul against Bradley. They don't call it, dragged her to the floor, but still got rid of it. Down low, beautiful find to Ray, shot blocked, and a jump ball have to be called there. She was caught mid-air with that ball pinned by the defender. This time the arrow will keep it with Franklin Simpson. The other thing that kicks into play with Bradley, you get a little bit of the superstar treatment. She's drawn the charges. That was a clear foul against Cawthorn. Didn't go called. Down low, beautiful play. Brown, this time a foul has to be called as Nessa hit a streaking Brown who wrapped left to the right block. Missed the layup, but she'll have 2 free throws.
And that was an amazing play design right there. Just a wide open layup. Got fouled. Hopefully gets to the 2 free throws. The one thing I guess I want to note here for Franklin Simpson is we don't want to see them revert back into Larisha's getting double teamed, just force feeding the ball. We want to move the ball around, get an open space, maybe overload one side to give her an open shot and not have to go against Paige all by herself.
Lanaya misses both free throws, but Chloe Smith rebounds the second, and then she's fouled on her putback try by a frustrated Stoll. Franklin Simpson in the bonus for the final 2:28 of this quarter regardless. Majayla Butler will come in for the Lady Cats. after this first free throw. Nevitt will come back in for Meade County as well. Smith again set up about 6 or 7 inches behind the line, and again, it worked. She's made her last 3 free throws, now with 9 points, seeking double figures for the 3rd time this season. Her season high so far this year, 12 against Allen County Scottsville. It's 42-39.
Has been checked out for Butler, it looks like, giving her another break, trying to keep her out of the way of foul trouble.
Playing a little offense deep.
Exactly,
right
exactly.
Chloe makes the second. It's 43-39, 2:25 left in the quarter. Bradley guarded by Ray. Sends it over to Triplett, who has it at the top of the key. Back to Bradley, right side, running baseline. Fadeaway jumper, good. She loves that shot, running left to right towards the baseline. Fadeaway Jay. She makes it again. She's got 10 in the quarter. Here comes Ray, past everybody. A lot of contact, no call. Chloe Smith gets the call, gets the bucket, and now they wave it off and call it over the back. Coach Taylor not even livid, just laughing it off. That's the 3rd on Chloe. Unbelievable that they didn't call a foul on the first one, and then they get Chloe over the back there. But got to regroup with 2:05 left in the quarter, and your lead down to 2. And now TB, a little full court 1-3-1 from the Lady Cats out of nowhere.
And I think we're going to see
left side should have been a travel called on Nevitt. Gets down low, kicks it out. Triplett inside, forces the pass, deflected by Cawthorn, and now an offensive foul called down low. I believe it's on Triplett, who was fighting for the basketball. That's her 4th foul. Extremely frustrating game for her so far.
That's when Nia checks back into the game on offense again.
And Triplett comes out as Stool comes back in for Meade. It's the starting 5 on the floor for Franklin Simpson: Lanaya, Jasmine, Vanessa, Larisha, and Chloe. As Vanessa walks it up, 1:45 left in the quarter, still a 2-point game. Savage wraps off a screen, throws up a triple. It's missed short. There's Chloe Smith again. The putback is good. You can't wipe that one off. The Lady Cats call a timeout. They're up by 4. Chloe Smith has tied her season high with 12 points. 1:35 left in this 3rd quarter, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group. 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. Tanner Clark, a former athlete here at Franklin Simpson, to us a former athlete at the Boys and Girls Club of Franklin Simpson. He knows a thing or two about basketball and a thing or two about money. You got tax questions, you got issues that you need consultation for. Do you need bookkeeping or payroll done? Tanner and his team do it all. Call them at 270-586-9899. 45-41. Franklin Simpson leading after trailing by 1 at halftime of this game to Meade County. Really, TB, the focus has not been how do we stop Peyton Bradley. She has gotten theirs. It's just that nobody else has gotten anything for Meade County. The rest of the team, just 2 points from Paige Harrison in this quarter.
Yeah, and that's the frustrating thing if you're Meade County, is that you're getting some open shots, you're just not connecting. But on the other side of the ball, Chloe Smith, that was her 6th offensive rebound this game.
The best front court duo this region has to offer, living up to the billing so far. Top of the key, Kaylee Ryder has it, pressured by Vanessa Ray. They're going to get a bump on Nessa. Her 2nd foul, 4th on Franklin Simpson, so their next one will put Meade County in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Lady Cats 5 for 7 at the line in this 3rd quarter after taking just 6 free throws in the first half. Meade County trying to inbound, high pass. Bradley has it deep on the left wing, working on Butler. Behind the back dribble, pulls up, tried to force contact. Jumper rimmed out anyway. Smith got the rebound, well defended by Butler, well rebounded by Chloe, and she brings it front court herself. Right side, Butler attack. Left-handed jumper from the baseline, misses. Great rebound by Ray. Kicks it out. Smith, 14-footer, microwaving.
And again, these offensive rebounds is what's killing Meade County. Is that they're doing a great job on that first possession, but just can't secure the offensive rebound. And again, we see Chloe going to work, scoring, what's that, 6 or 8 straight points?
She's got 14 for the game, a new season high. Bradley trying to work up a screen. Space, kicks it into the corner. Jumper fake, step back. Nevitt, no good long, and it's rebounded by Larisha. Lady Cats up 6 with the ball. 35 seconds to work with in the quarter as Cawthorn slows it down and gives it to Ray. Nessa doesn't know how to slow things down. Sends it over to Savage on the left wing. Looked at Smith, doesn't give it to her. Now it goes out top to Cawthorn, and they'll set up the offense with 25 seconds left in the quarter. Butler, deep right corner, puts it on the floor, has to pick up her dribble, now gives it to Cawthorn on the baseline. Cross court, Sav, it was a little high, now collects it on the left wing, and it goes back up to Ray. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Back to Savage, one dribble, Goes to Cawthorn at the elbow, collects it left side, pulls up over 3 defenders, left it short, chases a rebound, takes it away from Harrison, turns, fires, hits from 6 feet, and Franklin Simpson ends the quarter on fire. Bradley's half-court heave way off to the right. It's 49-41 Franklin Simpson. They scored 21 in the quarter. The forwards have taken over for the Lady Cats. We'll take a break. I need one. I'm sure everybody listening and watching needs one as well. When we come back, final 8 minutes of play. And this is just the first game of the night here at
For a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
One quarter left in the opener of this doubleheader at Franklin Simpson High School. The Wildcats taking on Bardstown in our second game of the night. But up first, the Lady Cats and Meade County. Franklin Simpson was trailing this game 29-28 at halftime after a three-pointer at the horn from Peyton Bradley, who had 18 points in the first half. She scored 10 points in that third quarter. She's already got 28 in this ball game. But on the other side for Franklin Simpson, 11 points from Larisha Cawthorn, 8 points from Chloe Smith. In the third quarter alone, they score 19 of the 21 for the Lady Cats, who lead it 49-41. Butler, Savage, Smith, Cawthorn, Brown on the floor to start for Franklin Simpson. They're on defense against Meade County. Up top, Triplett has it to Bradley on the right side, guarded by Butler. Majela has done a great job in that matchup. Slips past the screen, gets past another one. Crowd cheering for the defense from the young Majela Butler. Pass down low, deflected, collected on the baseline, wrapping around Tanner, and she double dribbles.
Malaysia Butler is fighting through all of these screens that's been put on her. She is going crazy. The coaches are just going crazy right now.
She hasn't scored a point and has not had to. Meade County going to apply some pressure here. Chloe Smith to inbound. Larisha has to come get it. And now gives it over to Lanaya Brown. Pass deflected, gets it back, gives it to Chloe. Lady Cats got to get this across half court, and they finally do with Lanaya. Trapped on the far side, absorbs a bunt, tries to jump and pass it, had it knocked away. Now Bradley up with it. Up ahead, Tanner in traffic. One-on-one with Brown, but pulls it back out to the three-point line. And Lanaya takes it away from her. Up ahead, Hail Mary. Cawthorn with the grab. Can't finish through the contact, but she'll have 2 free throws with the foul on Ryder.
And that's the way, if you make a mistake, you get your get back. And she steals the ball and a great outlet pass. I think that's one of her best traits, is that she is amazing pass whenever she gets it across half court.
Yes.
I lost my train of thought there, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Well, and she can catch it over the shoulder like a football player. And she's so good in transition for her size. 18 points with 2 free throws on the way. She has now surpassed 1,700 points for her career, spanning Russellville and Franklin Simpson. Misses the first of these two. Just 2 for 4 at the line tonight, a bit uncharacteristic for the 75% free throw shooter on the season. 7:11 left in the ball game. Her Lady Cats leading it 49-41.
And again, Lanaya playing through 4 fouls, staying in the game. I think Coach Taylor is putting all of her trust in her to play smart, good defensive basketball. And with Malaysia Butler playing great defense right now, she's not having to work as hard.
Nope. As Majela again picks up the assignment on Bradley, as Cawthorn makes the second. She's got 19 points. It's 50-41, 7 minutes left in the ball game. Bradley back near half court, calls for Triplett to come set a screen. Now just gives it to her, runs off to the left side, tries to navigate off ball screens. Majela is with her every step of the way. Triplett has it up top. They set up the doors for Bradley to split through. Majela gives her no space. The jumper is missed from mid-range. Majela Butler, lockdown defender. Hide the keys because you're not getting out. Down low, Chloe Smith going to work. Over Harrison, this one blocked, tips it like a volleyball player, gets it back to Lanaya, 8-footer off the rim, and this time Harrison gets the rebound, then Lanaya takes it away, and we get contact. It was a dangerous play from Lanaya to take it away from Ryder, They don't call the foul, and then she's bumped and fouled by Ryder, who picks up her 4th foul. She's got 4, and Savannah Triplett have 4 for Meade County. As Vanessa Ray's going to come back in, Lanaya Brown takes a breather. Coming out for Meade County is Ryder. They bring back in Jocelyn Nevitt. And Franklin Simpson still has the ball up by 9. Ray holds it up top off the inbound, now gives it up to Smith. Pass deflected by Bradley. Nessa goes into the backcourt to get it, now goes into the corner to Butler, then gets it right back. Nessa holding, running the point right now off to Cawthorn. Deep left elbow behind the 3-point line. Being jabbed at by Nevitt, but gives it back to Ray. Now Savage, 3 3-pointers in the ball game, all in the first half. Ray, top of the key, attacks, pulls, 14-foot jumper off the right side, tipped by Smith to Cawthorn, and she's got 20-point game number 8 on the season. 52-41, Franklin Simpson leads. Bradley attacks, well defended down low by Cawthorn, who has the rebound as well. Up ahead, Vanessa Ray, it's a foot race. She doesn't lose those, and she's got the transition layup. She's got 6 for the ball game, 54-41. This place coming to life. You said it, TB, it felt like as the team went on their run, the crowd went on the run with them. Larisha Cawthorn bumps our table for good measure. I couldn't help but love the smile on her face. She looked over here before the game, saw us here for the broadcast, was excited to have us back. TV, I'm excited to be back. It's so much fun to do these broadcasts, and I tell you what makes it fun. Games, again her 9th or 8th time this season with at least 20. She's been in double figures every game and also has double-double number 7 of the season. 48 for her career. Back underway, Bradley deep wing guarded by Butler, gives it up at the top of the key to the big Harrison. They've tried that 2-man game, it has not worked. They give it up to Nevitt, wrapping around top of the key, now back to Bradley. Majayla Butler has not given her an inch. Bradley tries a step back 3, she's frustrated, missed it short. Cawthorn lost the rebound, and up with it is Triplett on the right wing. Back to Bradley, picked up now by Ray on the baseline, has to grab her dribble, and gets poked by Ray, trying to reach in and take that ball away. It's her 3rd foul. First on Franklin Simpson of the quarter. Triplett will inbound for Meade County on the baseline with 5:09 left in the ball game. Still 54-41. Meade County searching for their first bucket of the quarter. Harrison, deep right wing, tried to give it up to the top of the key. Ray takes it away. Immediately creates separation in transition. You ain't gonna catch her.
Nobody.
She's got 8. 56-41. This is Lady Cat basketball. Right side. Bradley tries to get inside against Butler. Nothing doing. Missed the runner, but got her own rebound. Back to the top of the key, and Majayla is with her every step away.
No separation from Peyton at all from Butler. She is doing everything she can as she gets a pass on the left wing, trying to go around.
They're trying to set as many screens as they can. Majayla goes through all of them, and finally Bradley hits their first bucket of the quarter. Quick timeout from Meade County. It's 56-44, 31 points for Peyton Bradley as she buries the triple. It's the 7th three-pointer made in this ball game for Meade County.
Special is that we look for the story when it comes to our customers.
Just listening to them, talking to them, figuring out a little bit about their background. A larger bank is not going to ask you those questions to figure out the end goal for you.
We stuck with Franklin Bank and Trust for over 10 years, easily because of the service.
I like to think of us more than just checking accounts and loans and things, but dreams and goals and aspirations is what we're trying to help people reach.
Franklin Bank and Trust, hometown banking at its best.
I think that last play was the most space that Peyton has had the entire second half, honestly.
And that was off an offensive rebound. They had to set up two players side by side to set screens for her to get any breathing room, and Majela still had a hand in there. She's going to get a much-deserved break, and that is the luxury that you build in games like this. Lanaya Brown has foul trouble. You have to pull her out. You put in young Majela Butler, a sophomore. She's appeared in every game, but she's only scored 4 points. If you're looking at the scouting report, you don't know what she's going to bring to the table. She has been a lockdown defender in this game, and you've been able to survive with Lanaya on the bench, who has it now to Vanessa Ray, who breaks the press across half court. Back to Lanaya, 4:20 left. Cawthorn, left elbow, holds it above her head, now gives it to Brown on the right side. Man-to-man defense across the board right now for Meade County. Back to Ray. She's wrapped up and fouled by Stoll. And I think smart there by Meade County. It's their third foul. Probably need to try to rack those up. A Franklin Simpson team that, as a squad, I mentioned this to start the game, much better than last year from the free throw line, 67% compared to 56%. So we'll see how much of that game Meade County tries to play. I'm sure they would love to trade free throws with three-point bomb tries from Bradley.
Oh, for sure. And like you said, that was intentional. Franklin Simpson, we're going to see if they're going to try to foul her again. Yep.
They tried to foul Vanessa Ray again. They're quickly trying to rack up these fouls. They've brought in Briley Yates for the first time, number 22, the junior, making her 7th appearance of the season. I wonder how many of those appearances are just to come in and foul.
And I think they're doing it. She kind of motioned like, do you want me to do it again? And we're going to see if Franklin gives her the ball or if they're going to try to force it.
Cawthorn's your best free throw shooter. She goes to get it in the backcourt, and she's daring somebody to come foul her. They're not going to do it, at least at first, as she's boxing up against Tanner back at the three-point line. Chloe Smith gets it. Now back to Ray, and they want to foul her. They want Vanessa Ray to be the one to take the free throw. Statistically speaking, if you look at the numbers, makes sense. 54% free throw shooter on the year. She's improved from her 42% mark last year. 2 for 2, though, today. Those on the other side of the court, that's a small thing that it does tend to matter. Not as much here at Franklin Simpson. Your backdrop is about the same on both sides of the floor. It doesn't matter to Vanessa, who knocks down the first of these 2 free throws. She is 1 free throw away from her 3rd double-digit scoring performance of the season. Now 57-44 with 3:53 left.
And I think what's going to be scary here is I think you're going to have to watch out for Butler to get down the court. Excuse me, Peyton. Yeah. You're going to look to her to give her the ball and then run and relocate to the other side of the court to get an open shot.
Nessa made both free throws. Here comes Bradley. She threw it away right to Cawthorn. I think got stuck between passes. Up ahead, Ray in transition. Missed the left-handed layup, but fouled underneath. Ryder cannot believe it. It was her and Triplet down there. Regardless of who it's on, it's their 5th, and they're done. Ryder seems to think it's on her. It is. Finishes the game with 3 points. She has made the only other three-pointer in this game for Meade County outside of Bradley, who has made 6 of the team's 7. And Ray will have 2 more free throws. This one banked up and in, appropriate for the Franklin Bank and Trust Classic here at Franklin Simpson High School. I suppose even at 6:45 on a Friday night, the bank open, tried it again. This one rattles off, and Cawthorn fighting for the board fouls Bradley. Speaking of foul trouble, Larisha has had none. She's done a great job of avoiding fouls down low, as that one's just her first.
And I'm expecting, I think we're going to expect to see some hero ball here from Bradley if she can make some magic happen.
Last time passed it off. This time puts it on the floor. Drives Cawthorn, denies it. Walling off Bradley, now sends the pass off to Butler, blocked the shot, got the board. Here comes Majela. Coach Taylor telling everybody to get that ball to Larisha because that's who she wants at the line. Chloe Smith gets it deep right wing, now up to Vanessa Ray. We'll see if they choose to foul her again. They don't. 3:12 left. Lady Cats just passing it around with 59 points, leading at 59-44. And now we get a foul up top. Ray is going to be grabbed by Nevin. Vanessa, to her credit, if she's going to be the target, she's 5 for 6 at the line so far tonight.
The best time to have a free throw shooting night if you're Vanessa.
Lady Cats looking for their 3rd 60-plus point performance of the season, and they get it as Vanessa Ray makes the free throw. The Lady Cats 11 points in this quarter. 8 of them have come from Vanessa Ray. It's been a different story every quarter. It was Larisha in the first quarter, Jasmine Savage in the second, both of the bigs in the third quarter, and now it's been Vanessa here in the fourth. Misses the second free throw. Cawthorn with the board, muscles around, and puts it back up and in.
She said that she is too strong for anybody else to get this ball, and again, that's her 17th rebound.
My goodness,
of the
she's
game.
up to 23 points to match her average. Ball up top, collected by Tanner. Kicks it out, Bradley. Deep three. Good. That time Butler didn't quite catch up. Granted, she was 6 feet off that right wing. 34 points now for Peyton Bradley with the three. It's 62-47. 15 seems like a lot, but that's 5 shots for Peyton Bradley. 2:30 left. Smith to Cawthorn, guarded by Bradley. They don't want to foul Larisha as Bradley pokes that ball out as Larisha tried to swipe it up top, knocks it out of bounds on the far side. It will stay with Franklin Simpson.
And I'm surprised Bradley hasn't taken more of those long, distant bombs, because we've seen I've seen in the Hollis, she can really hit those, and she's been struggling to get open shots. So I wouldn't be surprised if she tries that again.
Cawthorn gets the inbound guarded this time by Emma Tanner. They bring a trap with Triplett over to Ray. Will they foul her again? Can't get there in time because it goes to Larisha. Holding it near midcourt, left-handed dribble. She's crowded. Meade County yelling to foul. It was Tanner who was saying, hey, we got to foul somebody with 2:08 on the clock, and it will be Larisha Cawthorn who heads to the line for 2 more free throws. She is 3 for 5 there tonight. Getting there 6.7 times per game, so she'll get to that clip with these 2 free throws. A 75% shooter on the season. As Larisha takes her dribbles, pauses with the ball in front of her eyes, and swishes it home.
And we got Coach Taylor giving Butler some good tips when guarding Peyton.
I didn't know if she was giving tips or if she was doing a dance or what was going on down here.
I think it was
a mix of both.
Maybe. I think she was saying whenever she gets in rhythm, that's when she's looking to pull up and maybe to press her.
Larisha locked in for the second free throw. It's up and good. She's made 3 straight. Every point in this quarter, all 15, have come from Vanessa Ray and Larisha Cawthorn. Vanessa with 8 in the quarter, 12 for the game. Risha now with 7 in the quarter. She's got 25. It's 64-47 Franklin Simpson. Up top, Harrison holds it, trying to get it to Bradley. Butler peels off every screen. Bradley working for a mid-range jumper, rattles off. Larisha Cawthorn, another rebound. Up ahead, Ray leaps over 2 defenders to catch the long pass and then gives it back to Savage. Now to Cawthorn, 1:45 left in the ball game. Chloe Smith deep on the right side. Yates comes up to her. It goes back to Cawthorn. At this point, interested to see if Meade County keeps fouling or not. Down by 17. We've got a minute and a half left. Cawthorn and Ray playing hot potato. Now it goes to Smith, gets a touch on it, and she's going to be fouled quickly as Bradley comes in to swipe her. A valiant effort tonight by Peyton Bradley, but Meade County on the whole, 29 points at halftime. I said, well, they're on pace for 50. We'll get set to analyze those numbers. 47 points right now with 1:27 left in the ball game. We can talk a lot about the Franklin Simpson offense, but this defense and Majayla Butler, that was the adjustment.
I mean, that was an amazing adjustment, and I'm thoroughly surprised and shocked.
I don't think anybody expected to come into this game, this battle of the Titans, and come out and say that your X factor and perhaps player of the game is Majayla Butler without a point.
Without a point.
Chloe Smith at the line, she makes the first. She's got 15 points, a new season high. Make it 16. Boy, she's had a game. It's been an everybody effort here tonight for Franklin Simpson. Bradley walks it up, 66-47. Harrison on the right wing, guarded very loosely by Cawthorn. Gives it up top of the key. Tanner, guarded by Smith outside Bradley. You know who's on her, and Butler is giving her no breathing room. Bradley gets a screen, pulls up top of the key. That went off the right side. Vanessa Ray skies up to take that rebound away from Larisha. Decided she wanted one for her stat sheet, and Cawthorn has it on the left side. She knew she needed 6 rebounds coming in for 1,000. She said, well, I'll get you 16 and then some. Under a minute left in the ball game. Butler up top. Larisha Cawthorn holds it on the end of the FS logo at midcourt as the crowd comes to life. Lady Cats closing in on moving to 9-1 on the season and picking up a win against one of the favorites coming out of the 3rd region. One of the greatest players the state of Kentucky has ever seen in Peyton Bradley. She gets hers. She gets 34 points. The rest of the team, 13. And in the second half, the Lady Cats give up after allowing 29 points in the first half. 18 to this mighty Meade County offense, averaging 58 per game on the year. They don't sniff it. It's all Lady Cats, 66-47. Your final score in this game after Franklin Simpson trailed it by 1 at the break. Hawthorne dribbles it out. She's waiting for that buzzer to sound. And Franklin Simpson moves to 9-1 on the season in the 40th home game under head coach Ashley Taylor. They've won 34 of them, 66-47. Franklin Simpson winners tonight to start off this double header. We're going to take a break. We're going to tally up all these numbers. A lot of high-scoring performances, a lot of impact performances tonight for Franklin Simpson as the Lady Cats pick up win number 9 out of 10 tries and bounce back from that loss in the final of the Queen of the Commonwealth. Once again, your final score, 66-47. Franklin Simpson takes it over Meade County. You're listening to Lady Cat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN.
Special is that we look for the story when it comes to our customers.
Just listening to them, talking to them, figuring out a little bit about their background. A larger bank is not going to ask you those questions to figure out the end goal for you.
We stuck with Franklin Bank and Trust for over 10 years, easily because of the service.
I like to think of us more than just checking accounts and loans and things, but dreams and goals and aspirations is what we're trying to help people reach.
Franklin Bank and Trust, hometown banking at its best.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
She's chatting with Coach Spencer from the Wildcats, who came up to us. He heard us talking about how many rebounds Larisha had and asked us about it just to make sure how many it was. We'll get there in just a moment, as we're joined now by the head coach of the Lady Cats, Ashley Taylor, who I've got to say, it's nice to have you sitting to my right again to talk about one of these ball games, Coach.
We have missed you so much.
I've got to start with one thing, because I can tell you, I'll be honest, I did not expect to come out of this game and the first player for me to ask you about would be Majayla Butler. and the adjustment to bring her in defensively and hound Peyton Bradley into the toughest 36 points I've ever seen scored, only 6 in that fourth quarter. Talk about the trust that you put in that young sophomore to have her in that spot and just how much she delivered on defense tonight.
Yeah, that's a player that don't have much varsity experience, and so she's really been feeling what it feels like to play varsity basketball, and there's been times where she's gotten ripped when we were at the Queen of the Commonwealth, this thing, and she just stuck with it. She's so coachable. It is a yes, ma'am. It is I'm going to try it. And so I knew that Lanai being in foul trouble, V is not that type to be able to do that kind of all night. And so I just looked at her, and it was down to her and Sanai. And in my gut, I just knew that she had a little bit of dog in her that I thought, man, and she did. She went out there, and we tell our kids all the time, you never know when your number's going to get called. Be ready.
I'm glad you say that, because at a certain point in this game, I said she doesn't have a point. She has scored 4 points all season, and I kind of sat and paused, and I just say, but she's a dog. That's what she is. That's how she plays, and that's what this team does overall. Chloe Smith, 16 points tonight, has not had the season I'm sure that she has wanted to have up to this point in the year, and a lot of that has had to do with obviously Larisha scoring 23 points per game on the other side, but the way that she and Larisha took over, it looked a lot like last year with that vintage takeover from the 2 post players down low. Needed all 16 of those points from her tonight, and really good to see from her moving forward.
Yeah, we kind of gave her a goal. In our Cooper game, she only had 5 shot attempts.
Yeah.
And so we want her to be in that 10 to 15 range of scoring. That's hard to do unless you plan to shoot it perfectly from the field, only shoot it 5 times. And so we kind of gave her that challenge. Where Chloe Smith has grown her game so much is she's shooting the outside ball.
She took a 3 ball.
She is. She's shooting the outside ball, and she is guarding and defending at a high level. Much higher. We used to try to hide her on defense. We don't have to do that no more. We don't try to hide her. And so we just wanted her shot attempts to go up. And so we talked to her about that. We've broken down film, especially, after you're 9 games in, now you're starting to see a little bit of trends about your team.
Yep.
And so that's kind of what we did with her. And so coming out and having 16 tonight was really good for her.
25 and 18 for Larisha Cawthorn. She needed 6 rebounds to get to 1,000 for her career. She needed 16 points to get to 1,700 for her career. She said, forget that. We'll just blow past it and not worry about it. I know you've talked a lot about Larisha. I haven't been able to talk to you about Larisha up to this point in the season. It's been incredible to see her. When you look at this whole roster, somehow out of everyone statistically, it has been Larisha Cawthorn to make the biggest jump of anybody. And I've told anyone that's asked me, you can tell she wants to put a run and is putting a run at that Kentucky Miss Basketball.
Definitely. She's a D1 basketball player.
Yeah.
And so when she's out there, we expect her to perform at a D1 level. We treat her just like everybody else. She got her little chewing at halftime of this game. I didn't think she was playing very well.
She didn't think she was playing very well.
7 in the first half, she wasn't playing very well. And it wasn't off double teams and stuff. So I just, she's one of those players. We don't challenge her more than anymore. She challenges herself. She holds herself to a high standard and does it within our system of playing with her team.
Yeah. One of my favorite qualities about you as a coach, I would say it's probably my favorite, and I think it's why this team has so much success, is not only do you know how to win, not only do you like winning, but to me what stands out most is you absolutely despise losing. And you have put that over this entire team, and we have seen time after time the resiliency of this team, whether it be a season after a loss or a game after a loss, bounce back and show off just how much this team does not like to lose. How much did that factor in this game? Obviously, you knew it was going to be a tough opponent. Coming up for that loss to the Queen of the Commonwealth, we can all look at it and say, wow, win 3 of 4 up there, that's great against some of the best teams in the state. I know you wanted all 4. How much talk was there leading up to this game to say, okay, I know we got Christmas in between, but how do we use this as fuel moving forward to get towards our ultimate goals this season, which lie in Lexington?
Yeah, well, we reverted back to last year, too. We won that Christmas tournament last year, and we didn't want it to go. We want to build on that. Yeah. We want to continue to build on that. We also talked about our opponent. Peyton Bradley is an excellent player.
Amazing. One of the best the state has seen.
Yes, she's probably one of the top guards that we've played. And, she's just able to get hers in so many different ways. And so we talked about that. And we also talked about, in the third region, they have Meade at number 5. So beating a Franklin Simpson is a great point for them to, put something to say, like, look, we went to the 4th and beat one of their top teams. And so we talked to our team about that. Our team loves challenges.
Yes.
They like it. That's why they like these high-level games like this. They love a challenge, and so we just continue to challenge them every day.
Well, I'll let you go spectate this boys matchup, celebrate this win. I think I saw Sav and Majayla back there. Are we going in this order, or who wants to go first? Majayla? Okay, yeah, Sav's going to go first. Of course. I think she's excited to be back on here. Coach, appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, Tyler.
Don't steal my pin. Where's Ashley going? Ashley, don't steal my pen. I got to write with something. You left me a Sharpie and almost took my pen. Sav, I know you're happy to be back on this court.
Yes.
For you, I said this about Chloe, and I mentioned this at the start of the broadcast. It's hard when you shoot over 40% from 3 one season to come back and try to match that the next year. I know you've to do that.
Right.
We've only been in this gym one time where you practice that all the time. How good did it feel to get to see a trio of threes fall in such a big game as this one, trying to bounce back from that loss to the Queen of the Commonwealth?
Well, it felt so good because at the Queen of the Commonwealth, I sprained my ankle. So I'm trying to heal from that, as well as it being the first game back at home too. And so honestly, to be honest with you, I had to play through pain, but the biggest goal was to get the dub. No matter what I'm going through, no matter what is going on the outside noise, it just felt so good to get back in here, and I think that's part of the reason why I knocked the shots down.
We had all the momentum after those 2 threes that you hit back to back in the second quarter. Meade punches right. They end up taking the lead going into halftime of this game. What do you attribute the second half that you guys had, especially that fourth quarter where it was just dominance to shut down this ball game? How were you guys able to bounce back so well and find a way to flip what was a 1-point deficit at halftime into a 19-point win in this game over a really good Meade County team?
Well, we all knew when we went in at halftime that it wasn't our best first half. And so when we got in there, of course, we got a good yelling at, and he told us are we either going to lose or we're going to fight. I like
how you say he.
Yeah.
To let us know.
Sorry.
To let us know a certain Coach Sav was having this conversation.
I'm sure he's the one that stands out more than anybody, I feel like. So everybody knows when I say a good yelling, they know that's Coach Savage.
You know which one of those it is.
Yeah. So we was in there, and he was like, we're either going to lose or we're either going to fight. And that's what we did. We came out and we fought because we hate to lose.
Yeah.
That's one of our biggest fears, honestly. So I think that's how we got our momentum for the second half.
That's so funny that you bring that up, because the last thing I said to Ashley was my favorite thing about you as a coach is that you hate losing.
Yes.
And this team hates losing.
Yes.
And that fuels in to wanting to win. You don't just want to win. You guys want to win so you don't lose.
Yes.
And every time you guys have had a loss, whether it be at the end of a season, during a season, you always find a way to bounce back from those losses. Now, how do you guys build a bit of momentum? It's a weird point in the season. Got one more game of this tournament, then it's into the meat of region play. How do you take this and continue to build towards avenging that loss last year at the region tournament to Bowling Green?
Perfection, trying to be smooth, trying to execute, trying to make sure that we're doing the little things right. Because I think that in the end, when we play in region and when it comes down to the big games, I think that the little things matter the most. So just trying to build upon the good things that we do and keep pushing and keep playing.
Sav, it's good to see you again. I'm going to let you kick it over to Majayla.
It's been a minute.
Oh, my goodness, it has been. That's Jasmine Savage, 9 points, 3 triples tonight for Franklin Simpson. Makes all 3 for the Lady Cats as they win it 66-47. And now we're making history. I mean, Larisha made history with 1,000 rebounds, whatever, 1,700 points. It's cool. This is going to be the first time, Majayla, that I have ever given away a player of the game to somebody who did not score a point. And I can say it is 150% deserved for what I have to assume has to be the most tired player in a Lady Cat jersey tonight. What was it like running around out there and trying to guard a player as tightly as you did, like Peyton Bradley?
It was challenging, but I think I did a good job.
You did a very good job.
Yeah, her shooting the threes, and it was just challenging trying to stop her, trying to get her to shoot the 2 off the bounce. But overall, I did good. I think V did good too, and Lanaya. and yeah, it was challenging.
Coach Taylor told us that she had a decision to make to figure out, okay, when Lanaya got in foul trouble, who am I going to send out here? What was that conversation like with you and Coach Taylor? What did she tell you when she was bringing you into the game about what it was going to be like trying to match up with Peyton Bradley out there?
I mean, they told us it would be challenging because she just shoots the three. You gotta be ready. You stay up on her, don't let her out your sight, and just face guard her the whole time. And she was right, it was challenging, and it'll get you tired trying to get through the screens and her just, I don't know.
You did exactly what you needed to do against her. 34 points, but she only hits 2 shots in the fourth quarter, and every single shot she made, she had a hand in her face, and almost every time it was your hand up there in her face. How good did it feel? I've asked Coach as well. I know that loss at the Queen of the Commonwealth stung. To come back against a really good Meade County team, down at halftime, find a way to win. What does that say about this team, and how good does it feel to get things back on track with another quality win in a season where you guys have played a lot of good teams, and now you've beaten a lot of good teams, and Meade County's one of them?
Yeah, it feels good, especially coming off the Queen of the Commonwealth, and then coming back, playing home, it feels good, and it's just very exciting. It gets you very pumped up, knowing that you get to come home, play a really good team on your court, show them who's really house it is, and yeah, it just feels real good.
Now, we've got something new for the player of the game this year. We've got this medal, which I think is a lot easier to, move around rather than carrying the plaque and whatnot. So I'm going to give you this. You poke TB, make him take your picture. You are the player of the game. It makes me so happy. I got to say this, Majayla, my first game back to be given a player of the game to Majayla Butler. That just feels good to me. It feels right. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on your performance tonight. Make TB take your picture. He's sitting, look at him. He looks so excited. He doesn't even know what's going on. Make him take your picture and go enjoy this one with your team.
Thank you.
That's Majayla Butler joining us, our player of the game, presented all season long by Pelican Snowballs of Franklin. With over 100 snowball flavors, Pelican's the perfect place for you and your family to get a treat. Be on the lookout for the start of their next season. One more time, your final score, 66-47. The Lady Cats win it over Meade County. Larisha Cawthorn, 25 points, 18 rebounds to lead Franklin Simpson. Chloe Smith, 16 points, a new season high for her. Vanessa Ray with 12, Jasmine Savage with 6, and Lanaya Brown with 4 on a night where Peyton Bradley scores 34 points. 3 out of the last 4 games she scored 30+. It's the Franklin Simpson defense that steals the show in a 19-point win to move to 9-1 on the season. We're going to move to the boys' half of this broadcast. Wildcats, Bardstown Tigers. We got about 5 minutes left until tip. We're going to do the best job we can to get you ready for it right after this on 92.3 WFKN.
Special is that we look for the story when it comes to our customers.
Just listening to them, talking to them, figuring out a little bit about their background. A larger bank is not going to ask you those questions to figure out the end goal for you.
We stuck with Franklin Bank and Trust for over 10 years, easily because of the service.
I like to think of us more than just checking accounts and loans and things, but dreams and goals and aspirations is what we're trying to help people reach.
Franklin Bank and Trust, hometown banking at its best.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
All right, we got Hatfield, Stone, Paul Williams, Q. matchup between Bardstown and Franklin Simpson. The second half of this doubleheader here at the Franklin Bank & Trust Wildcat Classic at Franklin Simpson High School. The Wildcats coming in 2-5 on the season. Bardstown 6-1. They've won 6 straight after an opening blowout loss to South Oldham, which is probably the game that tells us the most about a Bardstown team who have won those 6 games over teams with a combined 17-33 record. Now, TB, this is a Bardstown team that shoots at the best of maybe any team I've seen for a broadcast. 54% as a team from the floor, 49% from 3 under 15th-year head coach James Boo Brewer. Old school college basketball fans know that name from Louisville. He was a top 5 percentage three-point shooter all time at Louisville, and he's carried that over into how he runs this Bardstown team. But the breaking story for us, TB, as we get set for this ball game, their most prolific scorer and one of those players that shoots over 50% from three-point range. They've got 6 of them that do so on the season. Miles Stone averaging 16 points per game so far this year. He's going to start this game on the bench for one reason or another. We're not for sure why, but a big break for Franklin Simpson. The 5'11 sophomore will not start. The Cats are going to have to find a way to disrupt things offensively for a Bardstown team, TB, that is hardly running into any trouble.
Yeah, and this Bardstown team specifically, I mean, they, again, like we said before, they have some athletes confused why Miles Stone isn't playing, whatever the reason is. If you're Franklin Simpson, you're going to really want to put up the score and run in transition. We've seen this time and time again where if this team can get out in transition and create a lot of turnovers, they're apt to beat anybody. But when they're not doing that, they really struggle to create some offense.
The turnovers are the only sign of weakness that stood out from that opening loss to South Oldham. South Oldham took 63 shots to Bardstown 43. Bardstown only lost the rebound battle by 1 in that game, which tells you turnovers the culprit. Let's take a look at the starters for this Bardstown team under 15th-year head coach Brewer. They go 2 guards, 3 forwards, 5'10 senior number 1. Amari Stone will run the point, playing in just his 2nd game of the season, or his 3rd game now. We've only got 1 game with stats for him, scored 7 in that game against Washington County. We don't have stats from their latest game against Bethlehem. Joining him in the backcourt, 5'10 senior number 5, Quay Montgomery, averaging 4.5 points and a rebound per game. They also have Jaden Montgomery in the starting lineup, 6'3 junior number 10, averaging 9 points, 5 rebounds per game. Joined at the front court by a player we mentioned at halftime of the last game, Tykeem Tall Williams, 6'1 senior, wearing number 4. He's the Kentucky State high jump champion, leads this team with 6.5 rebounds per game. And then the other forward, Riley Hatfield, a 6'2 senior, averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds per game. He and Tall Williams, the 2 leading receivers for the Bardstown football team this past season. For the Wildcats, under 13th-year head coach D. Spencer, 184 wins for his career. They go 3 guards, 2 forwards. Jameer Brooks, Ja'Kai Pardinger, Brody McAllister make up the backcourt. Ja'Kai Pardinger has led this team in scoring in 5 of 7 games, averaging 12.4 points per game on the season. And the front court, Cole Scherer, who has seen the biggest statistical jump from last year to this year, 2.7 points per game to 8.6 points per game this season. And Logan Morris, the 6'3 senior from Greenwood, some much-needed guys up front for a Franklin Simpson team that's averaging just 25.3 rebounds per game this season against a Bardstown team, 6-footers everywhere. TB, they're averaging 36 rebounds per game, and the Cats are going to have to at least make that battle competitive to have a chance here tonight.
For sure, especially with the defensive woes and the offensive woes this year. Rebounding is going to be utmost important in scoring easy buckets and getting out in transition.
Kai wins the tip to McAllister, and we're underway. Jameer Brooks, the 6-foot sophomore, holding it up top, averaging 4 points per game, led the team in rebounding in every game down in the Gatlinburg tournament where the Cats lost all 3. Kai, crossover dribble, spins lane, gets caught, tries to leave it on the baseline for McAllister, and it's stolen away down there by the savvy senior Hatfield. Ball goes on the left side into the hands of Amari Stone, playing in just his 3rd game this year. Not to be confused with Miles Stone. Their leading scorer starting this game on the bench is from the left corner. Javen Montgomery buries a triple. He is shooting now 9 for 14 from 3. Again, as a team, they shoot almost 50% from outside on 16 tries a game. Morris gets it on the right wing. Brooks up top for Franklin Simpson. beats his man one-on-one, but had it poked away from behind. Ball on the floor, tie up, and the arrow will send it back to Bardstown. This is a team averaging 68.6 points per game on the season. Their field goal percentage, we don't have the state leaders announced for this season, but they would be second on the leaderboard for all teams last year at 54%. And as we go on, we'll talk about the efficiency woes early on for Franklin Simpson. Left line, trigger three from Stone. That went off the heel, no. Hits the strap above the goal, and that will send it to Franklin Simpson.
And if you're Franklin Simpson, you want to get control early of these turnovers. 2 turnovers already, and it looks like they're being full court pressed. And if you're Franklin, you got to get it in the hands of a playmaker, get it in the hands of somebody that can dribble and handle the ball well so you don't turn the ball over again.
And worth noting, when you talk about putting the ball in the hands of a playmaker, Franklin Simpson without Cam Ray for the first half of this game. Expected to play in the second half as Kai sends it over on the left side to Brooks. Down low to a cutting Morris. One-on-one in the post. Turns, had the mismatch with Stone and scores.
And a great find inside and a great score by Cole Scherer in there.
Morris averaging 2 points, 3.7 rebounds per game, just 23% from the field. Franklin Simpson down as a team to 36% from the floor after shooting 43% last season. And only shooting 26% from deep as they're bailed out by a travel on the baseline by Hatfield. Cats will get it back down by 1. 6:15 left opening quarter. It's 3-2 Bardstown.
And Bardstown is doing a great job moving the ball around. They didn't really get any penetration there, but if you're Franklin Simpson, again, you want to limit the fast-paced offense and open looks of this Bardstown team.
Scherer brings it up the right side of the court, being pressured tightly by Jay Montgomery, the younger of Jay and Quay in the starting lineup. Jay number 10, Quay number 5. Brooks up top, crossover dribble, now gives it over to Brody McAllister. Looked like some contact with Hatfield, lost the ball, and it's stolen away. In transition, Montgomery, that being Jay, finishes, count the basket, and 1.
And that's the 3rd turnover by this Franklin Simpson team. If you're not able to get a shot off, you're not able to put points on the board, and that's what's happening right now to this Franklin Simpson team.
And especially against a team that's so efficient, you can't afford to lose that shot battle tonight. You figure you're going to have to take more than Bardstown does to hang around in this one as the free throw is up and good. Montgomery has all 6 for Bardstown as they lead at 6-2, 5:47 left opening quarter. Winner of this game will take on Greenwood tomorrow. Loser will take on Portland. Regardless, Franklin Simpson's game will be at 4 o'clock as Kai is bumped in the backcourt by Stone.
And these Bardstown players are playing tightly to every single ball handler.
They actually get that foul on Hatfield. They were both in the area. First foul for Bardstown regardless as Scherer gets the inbound from the far side, now brings it across half court. Sends it over right side, Ja'Kai Pardinger. One-on-one with Stone. Looks down low to Brody. Doesn't make the pass between the legs dribble. Nice crossover to get separation. Gets inside. Runner over 2 defenders. Bounces twice but misses. Ja'Kai Pardinger will have 2 free throws on the season. This has been maybe the most shocking thing to look at. Kai was a 73% free throw shooter last year. He is 6 for 18 at the stripe this season. Only averaged 8.5 points per game last year, but was efficient. 32% from deep. Mentioned the 73% from the stripe. He's just 3 for 21 outside this year. Makes that first free throw. Cats certainly happy to be back home from that stretch in Gatlinburg. Kai in particular, just 2 for 10 at the line. Did score 15 points in the final game of that 3-game stretch for the Wildcats. 3 tough losses. The last one the most tightly contested with Cam Ray back on the floor. As Kai buries the second, and it's 6-4 Bardstown.
And to be in front of a home crowd might settle some ease in there, allowing you to maybe shoot a little better, play a little better defense, communicate better.
Ball down low. It's lost on the block by Tal Williams. They had the defender sealed off, but just lost control as DeAndre Shekels had checked in for Bardstown. And now we see for the first time their star Miles Stone, 5'11", just a sophomore, averaging 16 points per game, 51% shooter from outside. He scored at least 23 times this year. He's been very interesting. He scored either 17 or more or less than 10 in every game. You get one end or the other. Nothing but extremes. Kai has it deep left wing. Now up top, Cole Scherer under 5 minutes left opening quarter, 6-4 Bardstown. Scherer looks at McAllister, can't get it to him, instead goes to Kai. Fakes a deep three. Got the defender in the air. Pulls from 18 and buries the mid-range jumper. 4 points early on for Ja'Kai Pardinger. That is Ja'Kai Pardinger's game.
And he's really working off the dribble right now. And what you're going to have to, not much separation from any of the other defenders. So he's working really hard to create his own shot.
Right side, 3-ball on the way. Heat check from Montgomery, misses, but fighting for the rebound down low is Shekels, and his putback is good. DeAndre Shekels only averaging a point per game, but 2.7 rebounds. They've got a ton of players, 10, averaging at least 2 rebounds per game. It's largely a team effort for them on the boards. That putback makes it 8-6. Morris has it right side, now gives it over to Brooks in the corner. Kai wanted on the wing, pass comes late. Now he dribbles it over to the top of the guarded by Amari Stone. Drives elbow, gives it off to Brooks, working baseline, drives to the defender, kicks it out. Cole Scherer from the corner, no good. Morris had the rebound, but it's knocked away. It will stay with Franklin Simpson out off of Amari Stone.
And that was good ball movement, getting the ball under the basket and kicking it out. Open look, that's the kind of look you want if you're Franklin Simpson, and you're glad to get these shots. And now we have a substitution, and we have our 3-point sniper coming into the game.
Allen Johnson comes in for the Wildcats, 8 for 26 from 3, had 4 3-pointers and a career-high 12 points in that opening win for Franklin Simpson when they put up by far their best offensive performance of the season with 64 points against Monroe County. They've been held to 50 or less in every game since then. Looking to break through tonight as we had a foul underneath on Tall Williams. The senior Kamari Phillips looking to inbound. He throws it away, picked off by Amari Stone. In transition, lays it up and in to extend the lead out to 4, 10-6 Bardstown.
And another costly turnover by Franklin. And with the pressure in the backcourt as another turnover comes.
Kai lost it through a double team. Stone goes on the floor to gets it, now leaves it off for Milestone. Back to Amari up top. Kicks it back. Milestone, right corner triple. Off the heel, no long. Rebound collected by Amari Stone in traffic. Then he lost it off his own knee out of bounds in the corner.
And that's the one thing. If you have rebounding guards, when you're shooting all these long threes, these boards usually come back out past the free throw line. And Bardstown, that's their second offensive rebound off that exact same look. Well, it looks like I guess they didn't get the ball back.
Jameer Brooks comes in as the big man Morris comes out. Tylen Spalding in for the first time for Bardstown, averaging nearly 9 points per game as just a sophomore. He's been in double figures twice this season. Right corner, Johnson wants a triple off the heel. No long rebound, chased down by McAllister. Throws up a runner from 6, bounces around, no good. But Scherer's leaping, putback falls. 10-8 now, the lead cut to 2. 3:05 left in the ball game. Cats now in an extended 3-2 zone defensively. Milestone has it up top, calls out his play as Ja'Kai Pardinger extends out to guard him defensively. Now sinks back into his zone. Ball goes right side to Spalding. Back to Stone. Deep 3, top of the key. Buries it from 4 feet off the line.
And knowing him, you can't give him too much space no matter where he is at the 3-point line.
Pardinger looks to answer. Runner through traffic. Missed it long, and it's rebounded by Bardstown. They lead at 13-8. 2.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Here comes Milestone, works around Brooks, now swings it over left side to Javen Montgomery. Back to Stone, fakes a 3, between the legs dribble, working with the handle against Johnson, then his pass deflected out of bounds by Brooks on the far side.
And he is one that has premier active hands. I've seen so many plays of him getting tip pass after tip pass and running in transition.
And he's grown. He was listed at 5'9", 5'10" last year, up to 6 foot, and you can really see it in those arms. He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop growing.
I would doubt he's probably still 6 foot. He looks 6'1".
He looks like he's already gained a little bit since they got that measurement at the start here. Ball goes on the right side. The Stones passing it back and forth. Amari has it up top. Now it goes on the right side. Spalding has it, sends it over on the left wing in for the first time as Braden Barnett. Ball into the corner to Milestone. Back up top, gets it right back on the left wing for a 3. That one short, and Jameer Brooks comes down with the rebound down low. Mentioned down in Gatlinburg, he either led or tied for the team lead in rebounds in every game, but in transition runs into a double team, lost the ball. Great defense from Brody McAllister against Tylen Spalding, forces the miss, and then a foul going for the rebound. That was all Brody McAllister there.
Wow, and good effort there by Brody McAllister. Bardstown is really speeding up the Franklin Simpson Wildcats coming off the break there. Franklin's going to have to slow it down and get their composure, make good, clean passes, and not allow double teams just to run at them and run them to the ground.
Shy Pointer in for the first time for Bardstown. You notice they run a lot of guys. 6'3" freshman averaging 5.5 points per game. They got a lot of length, and they run fast. Right side press finally broken. Allen Johnson has it, knocked away and lost it. Ball goes into the backcourt. Brooks had it. It's deflected away once more by Milestone. Now Xavier Hampton comes away with it, in for the first time for Franklin Simpson. Up ahead, McAllister. No look pass. Down low, Morris able to stop on the block and score. Great job not to take steps. He's got 4, and it's 13-10. Cats hanging around. 1:15 left opening quarter.
I know we said this all last year. Brody is a really high IQ player.
Yes.
He might not stuff the stat sheet, but he is a great high IQ player that makes the right play at the right time.
We tick towards a minute left in the quarter. Milestone has it deep on the right wing, guarded by Brooks. Pulls up over 2 defenders and buries another deep 3. He's got 6 with a couple of triples. You see immediately the flash fire from outside.
Just a tough shot in general.
Right side, Xavier Hampton drives in, kicks. Allen Johnson fakes the 3, working baseline. Now sends it back out to Brody. Thought about a triple, goes up top. Brooks fires, top of the key. Trey all the way around and falls off at the last moment. Rebounded by Pointer for Bardstown. They've got 30 seconds to work with. Pointer quickly front court. Ball goes left corner to Barnett. Now he pulls it back up top to Spalding, who traveled off the catch.
Great job closing out, getting him off the spot. Franklin Simpson looking probably to get the last possession here. They can score here. They're keeping this first quarter close. They were turning the ball over pretty a lot in the first half of this first quarter, but they kind of settled down a little bit and was able to run in transition.
Kai back in for Franklin Simpson, as well as Kamari Phillips, the senior averaging 3 points per game. Had a career-high 10 in the opening game against Monroe County. And I've already mentioned Allen, I mentioned Kamari. A lot of season highs came from that Monroe County game in the opener. As Franklin Simpson throws it away, Kamari was trying to go to Zay. Miscommunication. It's stolen away, and Milestone gets a free bucket off the steal. It looked like the Wildcats could burn out the clock there. Instead, they give up a free layup. Kai Partinger, right side, 10 seconds left in the quarter. Bumped, misses the runner, but he'll get 2 more free throws.
Yeah, mental errors that just can't happen when you're playing against a high-speed, high-energy team like that. But on the other end, Jakai, really great on controlling his body through all of his contact. He has great leaping ability, able to move his body while he's in the air and make a tough, or put up a tough shot even through.
And nearly knocked it down. This has looked much more like the Jakai Partinger that we saw last year as the first free throw falls, especially at the line. That's looked like Jakai Partinger from last year. 3 for 3 to start this ball game. He's got 5 to lead Franklin Simpson. Milestone off the bench with 8 to lead Bardstown. Allen Johnson comes out for Franklin Simpson, as does Kamari. Jameer Brooks in there. He's joined by Scherer, Zay Hampton. Down on the block is Logan Morris. And Jakai Partinger at the line with one more. 8.7 seconds frozen on the clock in this first quarter. Kai bends, fires, perfect. He's got 6.
Watching for Milestone to come off the screen or something to get his last shot.
Kenyon Calhoun in for the first time, got the inbound, now sends it right side Barnett. 5 seconds left, they're just playing hot potato. Calhoun stuck at half court, sends it over right side. Shot on the way just before the horn from Milestone is no good. And the Cats hold on for one more stop. It's been fast-paced both ways. Cats struggle to start, but they've really slowed as the quarter goes on. 8-12, Bardstown leads it after 1 here at Franklin. Shot the ball well from 3 in that game, just they have in every game. 5 for 10 from outside. Despite how efficient they are, TB, from deep, 49%. They only shoot it typically around 16 times per game. For reference, Meade County, who we just saw on the girls' side, they took 23s per game. but they had taken 42 threes over their last 2 recorded games. Coming into this one, made 25 of them. That's a 60% clip, so it's become clear that they want to take more threes, and that's what they've done tonight. Already 3 of them made, 2 from Milestone, who's got 8 to lead the way for all scorers. Ja'Kai Partinger leads Franklin Simpson with his 6 as the Cats will have the ball to start this second quarter. This time they get the inbound in cleanly. That's been the biggest issue so far, TB, turnovers for the Wildcats.
Especially in turnovers in the backcourt as well.
Yes.
That's what's really killed them with 7 turnovers in the first quarter.
Kai takes a handoff from Morris, whips it around the baseline to Scherer, gets inside, had it batted away, but collects it back, turns, fires from 7, and 1 on the fadeaway baby hook.
And that was a tough shot, taking all the contact, getting his separation against this defender. What a great shot there.
Cole scored 10 one time last season. He scored at least 10 4 times this year. A season high 13 3 times. Missed the free throw, but it's tipped back by Morris, and Scherer's up with it. Here comes A. Hampton. Down the lane, strong finish, pushed it long. Kai had a putback opportunity, left it short, and the board is cleared by Bardstown. Ball up ahead, jumping catch athletically on the baseline by Spalding, but then lost it, being pressured by Zay Hampton, and the Cats force a turnover of their own.
And a great play by Zay Hampton out there to create that turnover. That was a big thing, the turnover battle, right? Are they going to win it? And right now they're doing a better job at defending the ball and getting the ball across half court.
Up ahead, Brooks out of the trap on Partinger, sends it over left side. Hampton attacking again. To the rim, can't finish, but Brooks it around and gets the offensive rebound. Fouled as he was driving on the floor, but he is hustling everywhere right now.
And the hustle from all these offensive players right now, getting these rebounds right now. That's their 6th rebound, their 5th offensive rebound of the game.
It's the 2nd foul on Amari Stone as well for Bardstown as Morris and Hampton come out. Brody comes back in as well for the first time. Easton Kelly, the sophomore, making his 8th appearance of the year. He's made a 3-pointer for his lone bucket of the season. Kai up top, guarded by Spalding. Sends it over right side to Scherer. Over to Kelly. Jabs, holds it above his head. Now goes over to McAllister, who got ahead of himself, lost it. But Scherer chases it down on the elbow. Cole kicks out Kai. Jabs right patiently. Now gives it over to Brooks, and they'll reset offensively. 6:50 left before halftime. Cats trailing at 18-14. Kelly, top of the key. Ja'Kai Partinger, right wing, guarded very tightly. Right now, gets away from Montgomery inside. Are they going to call a jump ball? They do. They say that Barnett was able to reach in cleanly and tie that up, and the arrow gives it to Bardstown. Really good defensive play to do that without fouling.
It was a great defensive play. Ja'Kai doing a great job. He has a really good jab step and then a great first step. His acceleration is really good, but the help defense collapsing on them makes it a lot more tough to make these shots.
Ball up top, lost for a moment by Calhoun. They try to whip it down low to Barnett. It's tipped around. They get it back, eventually work it to Calhoun. Top of the key, triple rattles off. No. Calhoun got his own miss off the tip, missed the floater. Another offensive rebound collected this time by Spalding. Kicks it out into the corner. 3-pointer, Jay Montgomery. Missed long. Scherer this time clears the board.
Unfortunate for Franklin Simpson as Ja'Kai
in transition had it taken away again, and another mid-air jump ball called. This time it'll stay with Franklin Simpson.
And Franklin Simpson right now is playing with fire. Too many offensive rebounds allowed on the other end.
Which you can't afford to give up to a team that makes half their shots anyways. Kai gets the inbound, has the size mismatch. Turn, fades, missed it short, and it's rebounded by Montgomery, who gives it up. Quickly into the front court, gets all the way to the paint, kicks it out. Right corner triple, all the way around and out, misses for Montgomery. Rebound fought for down low, and the Cats foul trying to get it back.
And another offensive rebound right there. That's Ty Spalding's 2nd rebound of the game, another offensive rebound. Again, Franklin Simpson's going to get bit by allowing all these offensive rebounds, allowing all these putbacks, and now getting to the free throw line as we have maybe some kind of injury timeout coming on, or
they say,
or maybe
Spalding is going to come out. I'm not sure.
Looks like he has a cut on his cheek.
Yeah, looks like there's some blood they're going to have to clear. And as he checks out, instead of Spalding taking the free throws, and Coach Spencer is campaigning to get to pick who takes the free throws, and at least for now it doesn't matter as Miles Stone misses the first of 2 anyways.
And the ref laughs at that too. Oh, man.
Miles Stone was the one to come in and take the 2 free throws. Misses the first as Morris comes back in for Franklin Simpson. Scherer out. They'll clean the blood off of Spalding. Assume he'll be back in quickly for Bardstown. And pretty good deal to get to bring in your best player to shoot these. And he makes the second. 19-14. Bardstown leads it. Miles Stone now with 9 points to lead the way. Jakai gets the inbound guarded by the sophomore Stone. Brings it across court with a between-the-legs dribble deep on the right wing. Kicks it over to Kelly, picked up Montgomery. Holds his dribble above his head, now sends it up top Morris, left wing Partinger. Kai jabs right, assessing. Little setup dribble, steps back, fakes the jumper, now gives it off to Brooks in the corner. Kelly wraps down low, they can't get it to him, instead it goes up top to Kai. Fakes again, jabs. Up triple, top of the key, off the heel, no. Long rebound collected in the corner by Quay Montgomery. He puts it on the floor, brings it up in transition, splits 2 defenders with a crossover dribble. Runner misses off the heel, and the rebound is pulled down by Kelly. Good move to get to the rim, but couldn't finish. Kai holds it in the right hand at the top of the key. 5:07 left before halftime. Cats still down by 5. Morris up top, sends it over McAllister in the left corner. Now pulls it out to the top of the key to Jameer Brooks. Puts it on the floor with the left hand. Spins back right, flips it up with the left hand. Missed it well long. Rebound being fought for, and Brody going to be called for a bump as he was trying to take it away from Tall Williams.
And Franklin getting better looks at the rim, getting pressure into the rim, just not finishing any of the shots. You have coaches telling them to slow down, maybe get a better look, pass the ball around a little bit more.
We had 30 points total scored in the first quarter. Not an exceptional amount, but so far in this second quarter, we're over 3 minutes in, we've had 3 points. Near side, bringing it up is Stone. They get it to the top of the key, Barnett. His pass deflected again. It's Jameer Brooks, and he comes up with a steal himself. You just don't expect him to have the length that he does in those passing lanes. Left side, Xavier Hampton back into the ball game, working on Barnett. Tries to get inside, now sends it over to Morris. The big man puts it on the floor. He's got the match. His right-handed hook, no good. He faded away from the basket, and Tall Williams was able to come away with the board.
And that's the kind of shot you want.
Williams gives it up top. Quay Montgomery drives, kicks right corner. Barnett 3, air-mailed long, but a strong rebound down low by Javen Montgomery, and he's fouled on his putback try.
And that's his 3rd rebound of the game. Another offensive rebound by Bardstown leads to a foul and leads to free throws. If you're Franklin Simpson, you got to be better at boxing out and securing these defensive rebounds.
Montgomery and Stone have combined for all but 4 points for this Bardstown team. Amari Stone has 2 of those. DeAndre Sheckles the other 2. As the first free throw bounces up high and falls through for Montgomery. He's now got 7, averaging 9.3 per game on the season. Leads them in free throw attempts on the year. That was his first. They don't get to the line a whole lot with how much they shoot it from deep. But also efficient at the free throw line, albeit not as, at 65% as Montgomery makes both. He's got 8. And it's 21-14 Bardstown.
And that was their 6th offensive rebound as a team.
And more often than not, they've made Franklin Simpson pay for those. Up top, Kai over to Hampton, now left corner. Kamari Phillips back into the ball game. Tries to hit Morris on a cut, knocked away, and another turnover. Up ahead, free run for Miles Stone. Lays it up and in with the right hand, and the Cats have to take a timeout. It's a full. We'll take one as well. Miles Stone up to 11 points already. It's 23-14 Bardstown with 3:49 left before halftime. Listening to Wildcat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN.
For a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
(23-14), 3:49 left. Bardstown leading it in the second quarter. Brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. At Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Wildcats and support all of the players and coaches' eye care needs. We're accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin, Kentucky. 8 points for Javen Montgomery, now 11 for Miles Stone. lead the way for a Bardstown offense that has created so much of what they do in transition so far. Allen Johnson gets the pass for Franklin Simpson into the front court, now leaves it off for Ja'Kai Party. 6 points in the first quarter, scoreless in the second quarter, where the Franklin Simpson Wildcats have only scored 2 points. Kamari Phillips, catch and shoot three from the right wing, missed it long, and it's rebounded again by Bardstown. They have dominated the boards early on. Stone, far side, lost it off his own foot. Diving effort by Xavier Hampton gets the steal, but then it's lost down low, and up with it down there again is Javen Montgomery. He's fouled, and he'll have 2 free throws.
And another turnover costed right there, Franklin, and that is their 9th turnover of the first half. It's, again, something that's turning into points as another set of free throws shot by Bardstown.
David Montgomery, both based on body type and the way he plays, as the first free throw misses, reminds you a lot of Gavin Dickerson.
I was thinking the same
that
thing.
We had here at Franklin Simpson. He is just a bully down there in the paint.
He is, and right now he is doing a great job on the boards with 4 rebounds itself.
And he's got his points to go along with it, looking for number 9. He's now 3 for 4 at the free throw line. Makes the second.
Franklin Simpson right now, you have 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. You got to chip away at this 10-point lead. You got to get some quality looks. You haven't been able to get a quality look in quite some time, and turnovers have really costed that.
Xavier Hampton breaks the press, running full speed ahead, drops it off underneath Scher. Lost it, but it's poked out of bounds down there by Stone. Wildcats will have a baseline inbound. Allen Johnson will quickly come in for the Wildcats, see if they try to draw something up for him out of the baseline look.
And this is the play that you need to get a good quality. This is where you get your good quality play right here.
Zay Hampton immediately runs back over to check in at the next dead ball. This is clearly trying to get it to Allen. He can't spring free on the screens, and Brooks is called for a 5-second trying to get the ball in. Allen taps his chest to take the blame for that one. He's going to come out. Tried to spring him open for a quick 3 and just couldn't break loose of the defense.
And that was Jameer Brooks' 3rd turnover of the game so far. Franklin Simpson right now just not being able to get a quality look.
Being passed back and forth between Quay Montgomery and Miles Stone to break the pressure. Now Stone leaves it off in the right corner. Collision between Tal Williams and Hampton. They're going to get Zay for the foul. And with that one, Bardstown now in the bonus. So it'll be 2 free throws for Tal Williams.
I was going to say they're allowing a lot of contact for both teams, you know, defensively, but I guess when you knock a player over, you got to have to call that one.
Tal Williams, 3 for 5 at the free throw line so far this season. Doesn't shoot it a whole lot, does most of his work on the boards as that free throw off the left side.
Makes sense. I mean, when you got somebody that can jump as high as him, you would expect him to
He's got one clear job, and he's pretty good at it.
Averaging 6.5 rebounds a game.
Correct. Second free throw up. That one's pure. He's got his first point of the night. 8 free throws taken in the quarter for Bardstown. They've made 5 of them. Only made 1 field goal, a layup in transition by Miles Stone. While the Wildcats, 1 field goal as well, but they haven't been able to get anything outside of that. Had a missed free throw from Cole Scher. Brooks has it near side, back to Ja'Kai Partinger, trying to break this full court pressure from Bardstown. Goes to Johnson, nearly went over and back. His pass then deflected. Scherer fighting for it, can't come up with it, and it's stolen away once more by Montgomery. Up ahead, Stone, through traffic, splits past 3 defenders, left-handed layup, spins it off the glass, gets the bounce and goes. He's got 13.
And watching a lot of his highlights, he is great at finishing at the rim and these kind of quirky, odd layups.
Very crafty as Ja'Kai gets past everybody. Finger roll finish. He's got 8. Just split the ocean that time, and nobody at the rim to defend him.
Between the leg crossover, just very efficient with that move. Doesn't take a lot of moves, but when he does, he's really good with it.
Ball on the baseline, attacking once more was Montgomery. Leaves it off at the last second on the block for Pointer, the 6'3 freshman who draws contact on the layup try, couldn't it, but he's got 2 free throws on the way.
Now free throws are killing Franklin Simpson right now. They keep on fouling, some maybe more forced than others, but Franklin Simpson, you're going to have to clean that up and understand that this game is being officiated a certain kind of way and play to that.
Pointer makes the first of these 2 free throws. 2:04 left before halftime. 28-16, Franklin Simpson trails it. Been a slog of a second quarter with all the free throws, and Wildcats haven't really had a chance to get any kind of momentum. You'd think your defense would be good if you've only given up 2 field goals, but so many trips to the line as Pointer makes the second as well. Another near interception as Shekels collided with Jameer Brooks.
That gives them third. One more to get into the bonus. If you're Franklin, you got to get this ball across half court.
You do. And you got to find a way to set up any kind of rhythm offensively. Ja'Kai Pardinger walks it up. He's got 8 of the 16 for the Wildcats. Gives it off to Johnson. Guarded loosely. Fires the left wing 3. It's off the mark. Rebounded down low. It was knocked away initially by Phillips, but collected down there by Miles Stone. You don't think of him much as a rebounder, but he's got a 16-rebound game to his name this season. Baseline drive. Kick out right corner. Trying to work was Pointer. Lost it on the way to the rim, and the Cats force a turnover and then throw it away. Phillips was looking at either Hampton or Pardinger, neither of them where the ball went. Threw it right between them perfectly like a field goal. And it goes back to Bardstown.
And like you were saying earlier, right, Franklin's woes this year has been their half-court offense. They haven't really been able to create much half-court offense. I know we watched that first home opener where they had a lot of points and scored a lot, but most of that was off transition and open looks. This game here, they're not just getting any open looks when they get into the half-court offense.
Having to work for everything so far, and by that I mean they're having to work to get this ball past the court. Up top, Tylen Spalding jabs, guarded by Johnson. Now sends it over on the left side to Miles Stone. Guarded tightly out there by the F on the Franklin Simpson logo on the near side by Brooks. Fires a 3 over him, missed it long. Rebound tipped up, it's missed, but another offensive rebound by Shekels. His putback no good, and then Easton Kelly rips it away with under a minute left before halftime. Pardinger has it poked out of bounds over the scorer's table. Nearly took off the head of Adam Dobbs. What a tragedy that would have been. As with 53.5 seconds left before halftime, Brooks will inbound right in front of the scorer's table.
And right now, Bardstown winning the rebounding 14-9 against Franklin Simpson.
And they've gotten so many of those offensively. They haven't had to get too many defensive rebounds because Franklin has had the turnovers. Johnson has it right wing up top to Hampton, now to Pardinger. Working left baseline, has to spin it back out, crosses back, trying to get to that baseline, can't do it, and has to send it out to Easton Kelly. 35 seconds left before halftime. Brooks, top of the key now, right side, Xavier Hampton. Into the corner, Johnson, catch, shoot, missed the 3 long, and it's boarded down low by Shekels. 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Stone deep on the right wing, isolated on Hampton. Just dribbling the clock out now as he sends it over on the near side to Spalding. 15 seconds left before halftime. Bardstown up 29-16. Spalding guarded by Brooks, has a screen waiting for him to his left. Calls it off, sends it over right side. 3 seconds left in the quarter. 3-pointer missed short by Stone. Rebound tip. Kai grabs it, and that'll do it for the first half of play between Franklin Simpson and Bardstown. The Wildcats scored just 4 points in this second quarter. Defense got the job done, only gave up 2 field goals, but Bardstown extends their lead out to 13. It's 29-16 at halftime from Franklin Simpson High School. We'll get you your stats. Take a look back at the Lady Cat win over Meade County and prep you for the second half of action between the Wildcats and the Tigers right after this on 92.3 WFKN.
Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
About 7.5 minutes left before we get the second half of action underway from Franklin Simpson High School. The Wildcats trailing in our second game of the day, 29-16 at the break, to a Bardstown team coming in at 6-1 on the season out of the 5th region under 15th-year head coach Boo Brewer. He's led this team to 12 district championships in the 14 previous season. Region runner-up a couple of times. Very prestigious program, a lot of good players to come through there. And tonight they've had to scrap, they've had to claw. It hasn't been as pretty of a game as Bardstown is used to. 29 points in this ball game. They've had to get 8 of them at the free throw line. They've only made 3 3-pointers for a team that excels at shooting the ball from deep. But on the other side, the offense has been the issue for Franklin Simpson. The defense has been great. TB, as we dive into the numbers from this one, 13 points from Miles Stone to lead the way for Bardstown. You're pretty well fine with him getting his. It's a very similar situation to Peyton Bradley for Meade County in that girls matchup. 9 points for Javen Montgomery. Outside of that, nobody else has more than 2 for this Bardstown team. Only 2 field goals in that second quarter period, but the turnovers have been killer in this game for Bardstown. For Franklin Simpson, rather. The Tigers have just turned it over 5 times. The Wildcats have given it over 10 times to this Tigers team.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. When you're not getting up shots, you're not able to claw back at the score. And even then, the shooting percentages for Franklin Simpson probably isn't the best. And on the defensive side for Bardstown, I mean, they still have good rebounders. The defensive rebounding battle is 6-8 in favor of Bardstown, and that's led by Javen Montgomery, who has 5 total.
This is a Franklin Simpson team just trying to find, I said earlier, trying to find what their identity looks like as a team. On the season, they've only hit 60 points one time, and that was the opener against Monroe County. I mentioned this earlier. Since then, it's been 6 straight games of scoring 50 or less. We could potentially here in the second half see a different look from Franklin Simpson if what we heard was true. Cam Ray, the point guard for the Wildcats, playing in the second half of this ball game. He's played in 3 games this season, been in double figures in 2 of those 3 games so far. Ja'Kai Pardinger leading the way with 8 points for the Wildcats. Logan Morris has 4. Cole Scherer has 4. That's it so far for Franklin Simpson offensively. And it's really redundant, but to speak to what you said, the issue for the Wildcats have been turnovers, and then when they've settled into the half court, they have been hard-pressed to find quality looks against this hounding Bardstown defense that very much plays like a team that has a coach that played at Louisville. You're throwing in the press at guys all game long, constantly rotating in players. We have seen 11 or 12 different guys out there so far for this Bardstown team, but the Wildcats are going to have to find an answer offensively somewhere because, again, the defense has not been the problem.
And I think what the problem is that there's no separation whenever these players are moving without the ball. When they do get in their half-court set and they're running this motion offense where players are going cross-court, hitting screens and all that kind of stuff, there's no separation from players because Bardstown, they're sticking on their men very aggressively. And so in that, you have maybe a Ja'Kai trying to create something off the dribble, maybe just a random 3 being shot up, but in and of itself, I haven't seen any open looks more or less this entire game outside of maybe a couple of Ja'Kai shots, and even those were probably pretty tough shots.
Taking a look back quickly, if you missed it, the first game of the night, Franklin Simpson on the girls' side taking on Meade County, and a game that at halftime looked like we were going to see just a back-and-forth battle all the way through. A 1-point lead for Meade County at the break, 29-28, before the Lady Cats flipped that game on its head in the second half. They outscored Meade County over on the second half of play, 38-18. Win that game by 19, 25 points and 18 rebounds for LaRisha Cawthorn, eclipsing 1,000 career rebounds. She's over 1,700 points. I'm going to go back and get the number because oftentimes my conversation with LaRisha last year was, let's find a way to get to 2,000 points. And at times it looks sketchy. She's averaging 23 a game this season. She is going to get her 2,000 points. And I want to go out, TB, and look at the banners that we have of the all-time leading scorers. And just in her time at Franklin Simpson, how many points it would take her to earn her way onto one of those banners was an exceptional performance from her. 16 points from Chloe Smith. Franklin Simpson, it's kind of an inverse of what we've seen here. The Lady Cats dominated the boards. Those 2 post players decided that game alongside the hounding defense of Majayla Butler.
That, and whenever Lanaya Brown maybe was out of the lineup, we saw that their offense kind of stalled, but she was great in creating offense. Like you said, those two backcourt players doing a tremendous job rebounding the ball. Chloe, I believe, either had or was flirting with the double-double there as well. And so for that Franklin team, that's what you wanted to see coming off of a loss in that 2A state championship game. You wanted to see, hey, when we get into this high-profile matchup with a great player, are you able to close out these games? And they exceeded expectations coming into the fourth quarter.
Wildcats looking to have a similar second half turnaround to what the Lady Cats pulled off in their game. The winner of this game will take on Greenwood tomorrow. The loser will take on Portland. Regardless of who Franklin Simpson is playing, their game will be at 4 o'clock, followed by the Lady Cat matchup with Louisville Central. That game taking place at 5:30. Wildcats trail it 29-16 coming out of that second quarter, brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. At Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Wildcats and support all the players and coaches' eye care needs. We're accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin. We talked about the halftime adjustments of that Lady Cat game, what the girls needed to do to find a way back into that ball game, and they did that and then some, and finding a way to pull out a 19-point win. I don't know if there's a one-size-fits-all adjustment for Franklin Simpson in the second half of this ball game, but for UTB, if there was one thing to key in on, one thing that you want to see from Franklin Simpson in the second half of this game, what would it be?
I mean, I think the big thing right now is if Cameron Ray does come into the game, you're going to have another ball handler able to get the ball up the court. So that would slow down, hopefully, the turnovers in the backcourt. And then in the front court, having a traditional point guard able, one, to create his own shot if he needs to, but also to facilitate a lot easier than what has been done in the first half. So I think that's what you look for. You look for easier shots. Maybe you be more aggressive with the screening the second half to free up some players. But otherwise, again, you're just looking for quality shots in the half-court set.
Cam came on really strong at the end of last season. 4 straight games in double figures to end the year, including a career high in that district tournament loss against Russellville with 16 points to lead Franklin Simpson. He scored in double figures in 2 of his 3 games this year. He was warming up. He suited up. He's in the huddle now. We'll see if he starts this second half, or at least plays in this second half for a Wildcat team trying to find a spark for their offense. Just 16 points so far, coming off a 4-point second quarter as we get set to start the third quarter of action, brought to you all season long by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. As a former athlete at FSHS, Tanner Clark knows a thing or two about basketball and a thing or two about money. Tax questions or issues that you need consultation for, need bookkeeping or payroll done, Tanner and his team, they do it all. Call them at 270-586-9899.
And Franklin Simpson looks like they might go back to the 3-2 zone, trying to run off Bardstown from the three-point line.
And they'll do it without Cam Ray on the floor to start this second half. Meanwhile, on the other side, after not starting the ball game for Bardstown, Miles Stone gets the start in the second half for the Tigers. They have the ball first, leading at 29-16. Stone, right corner, checks down low, now slings it out to Amari Stone. They go all the way around the perimeter to Riley Hatfield, passes it, now gets it back. He's scoreless so far, averaging 7 points per game. On the baseline, Stone, aggressive drive, pile drives through the defender waiting down there, and drawing the charge is Logan Morris. Great way to start the second half.
Amazing way, great way to get set, get to the spot, knowing he's going to drive baseline, running him off the three-point line, and taking that charge.
And whistles blow. I think they're going to have to.
The clock, I think, didn't start.
Yeah, it didn't start. It was frozen at 7:31. Need to get it down to 7:29. We'll take 2 seconds off. And they get back under play as Kai, Brody, Jameer, Cole Scherer, and Logan Morris out there for the Wildcats to start this second half. Both Stones, Amari, and Miles out there for Bardstown. Kai Partinger gets it on the left wing, guarded by Amari Stone. Now ball goes to the right side. Scherer jabbing both ways, can't create any separation from Hatfield. Now sends it out to Ja'Kai Partinger. Jabs right, pulls deep, right elbow jumper, banked it in.
And what a tough shot that was off the dribble. And he loves those shots.
He does.
Just a quick one step off the dribble, and he gets it in.
Put it right in the eye of the defender, and it's now 29-18. Kai's got 10. Amari Stone has it up top, sends it right side. Miles, triple. That one no good, but an offensive rebound and an assist for Tall Williams, who dropped it off on the baseline to Hatfield for his first bucket. 31-18, there's that rebounding differential again. Kai comes across half court, picks up his dribble, now sends it over to Jameer Brooks. Puts it on the floor, now pulls it back to the corner with 6.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Pardinger, top of the key, jabs right, looking to work on Miles Stone. Spins, right elbow, gets inside, working right to left. Missed it, it went all the way around the rim and fell off at the last moment, rebounded by Tall Williams. Here come the Tigers in transition. Hatfield, tough 12-foot jumper, rattles off, no good. But a contested rebound for Tall Williams over three people. Couldn't put it back up and in. Claps on his way back down the floor, and the Cats get it back.
And that was quick 3 rebounds by Tall Williams. He is really active in his third quarter.
Brooks gets inside but loses it. Tall Williams pokes it away. It's collected by Javen Montgomery. Splits 2 defenders all the way to the rim. Scoops it up and in with the right hand. He's into double figures with 11.
And another costly turnover. Bardstown looking to really amp up the pressure.
33-18, they lead it over Franklin Simpson. 5.5 minutes left, third quarter. Kai, trap, gets rid of it to Brody McAllister. Handles the pressure and throws it back to Pardinger, deep right wing. Morris sets a screen for Kai, working left, between the legs, dribble, now kicks it out. Sheriff fakes the catch and shoot 3. Gets inside, tied up. No, they're going to get a foul on the drive. That goes against Stone. For Amari Stone, I believe his third foul is Tylen Spalding will come in for him. Second foul on Bardstown of the half. Tigers went 8 for 11 at the free throw line in that first half. Franklin Simpson, efficient, but only 5 tries. They make 4 of them.
You got to get more looks to the basket. And they were about to right there before the foul. In this under the basket play, they need to get a good quality look.
They quickly throw it into Morris, who goes to work on the left side. Missed the right-handed 3-footer. Rebound knocked out of bounds. And it will stay with Franklin Simpson as Tall Williams couldn't control it for Bardstown.
And that was a great look. A great pass by Brody into the paint. Just couldn't convert it. Got lucky. The Bardstown couldn't control that rebound.
McAllister will inbound again, this time from the coffin corner. Goes down low on the block. Morris fakes left, spins back right. Has it blocked by Tall Williams, but they call a foul. And it'll be 2 free throws for Logan Morris. After the shooting foul on Tall Williams, he's got a chance here to tie his season high if he makes them both.
It seems like a traditional big man, right? When he gets the ball under the basket, he is really working down there trying to create some space. But again, Tall Williams, the name's, says a lot. He's going to jump up and try to swat everything you throw at him.
First free throw rattles home for Logan Morris. Again, the Greenwood transfer coming in as a senior. That's the first free throw he's made this season, was 0 for 7 at the line. But the Cats, like the Lady Cats, haven't been able to enjoy the home court much. This is at least their 4th home game. They're 2-1 in their 3 here at home. And he makes both free throws to tie that season high with 6. And the Wildcats try to put a dent in that Bardstown lead, but quickly down low. It looked like an open layup for Tall Williams as an answer, but he missed it. It remains 33-21.
And that was a pretty lucky miss right there.
It was.
He's
right
wide
side.
open.
Pardinger hesitates, gets to the left elbow, extra step, tried to spin it off the glass on the left side with the right hand, left it short. But a little too much mustard on that one. On the other end, Miles Stone got down low, but was picked up well by Brody and had to pull it back out to the wing. Left corner, extra pass onto the baseline. Good move by Montgomery. Missed the layup, and a good seal down there by McAllister to get the rebound. Montgomery and Morris both get tied up. They fall down. Up ahead, it's Brooks in transition. He scores on the right side, and the Wildcats have already scored more this quarter than they did in the second quarter.
And that was the best fast break possession we've seen of the Wildcats the entire game.
10-point ball game, 33-23. Miles Stone, deep left wing, sends it over on the right side. Spalding pulls up, 12-foot leaner, fading away on the baseline, missed it, but another offensive rebound. You guessed it, it's Tall Williams. Missed it the first time, but the second time, Bardstown converts.
And a tip, and again, these offensive rebounds are what's killing Franklin right now. They're playing great defense, they just can't get the ball.
Brooks sends it over to Ja'Kai Pardinger. Fakes left, drives, middle of the lane, kicks it out. Scherer puts it on the floor, spins to his left, pulls up, free throw line jumper, left short. Brooks goes down trying to get the rebound. It's collected by Miles Stone. Brings it up center court, between the legs dribble, kick out, right corner. Thinking about a 3 with Spalding. Now sends it over on the right wing to Stone. 3:33 left in this third quarter. It's 35-23 Bardstown. Right corner, Spalding got it back, drives baseline, sends it over to Tom Williams. Kick out from Montgomery. Triple, good. David Montgomery has 14 points for Bardstown. And the Wildcats will take a timeout to try to get some substitutions in. It's a full. We'll step away as well. Looked like the Cats were starting to string something together in this quarter. Bardstown finds their answer, and they lead it 38-23 with 17 left in the third. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on 92.3 WFKS.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
That app is pretty good.
It is pretty. I like it. I think if you really wanted to check all the stats, like, it would be good.
3:17 left, third quarter. 38-22 Franklin Simpson trailing it to Bardstown. 6 points in this third, already more than the 4 the Wildcats scored in the second quarter. Ja'Kai Partinger leads the way with 10 points. He's led this team in scoring in 5 of their 7 games so far this season. Cats coming into this ball game at 2-5. You can now make it 6 of 8 games Ja'Kai's been in double figures.
And Cameron Ray has checked
He's
into
in for
the
the first time.
3 minutes left to go. We're going to see if this offense maybe looks a little bit different as they have another facilitator on the floor.
Cam averaging 9.3 in 3 appearances this season. Scored 10 in his return on Sunday. He has it from Ja'Kai Partinger up to Zay Hampton. Now Brooks on the right side, and the Cats break the pressure. Brooks fakes a pass, left-handed finish. Beautiful drive and score from Jameer Brooks. He's got 4 in the quarter.
And that press was broken with ease this time. That's the most seamless transition I've seen Franklin Simpson this game.
Absolutely. Miles Stone deep on the left wing, guarded now by Zay Hampton. Gets a screen up top from Barnett, and Allen Johnson has to switch on to him. Ball goes into the right corner. Kai Partinger guarding face on against Spalding. Now goes back out to Stone. Gets around Johnson. Cam comes to help on defense, forces the miss, and Jameer Brooks gets the board. Jameer puts it on the floor himself and brings it across half court. Gives it over to Kai. Left wing, drives in. Runner from 16 left, short. Didn't quite get enough for that floater. And here comes Bardstown the other way with Stone. 2:24 left in the quarter. Left side. Quay Montgomery, back to Miles Stone. Triple off the right side. Brooks with another board. Again, he'll bring it up himself. Jameer Brooks playing a quality game so far. Had it poked away there, though, and that's been the issue for him. Turnovers. Spalding knocked it away. 3-on-1 in transition. Cam tries to defend it. At least stalls enough to get some help defense back there, but not enough to keep Quay Montgomery from scoring his first bucket of the ball game.
And that's Jameer's 5th turnover of the game so far. We're going to see Franklin Simpson. They need to string together some offense, more than just one possession.
40-24 now, and another turnover nearly as Kai tried a cross-court pass, and sailing and knocking it out of bounds was Barnett. Easton Kelly back in for Franklin Simpson as Kai comes out.
Yeah, Franklin Simpson, they in spurts maybe have had a possession or two, but they need at least 4 or 5 quality possessions to string together and create some offense going into the fourth quarter.
Cam Ray brings it across half court. Allen Johnson on the right wing, Zay Hampton to the left. Gives it over to Brooks on the right wing. Now jabs into cross court. Kelly left side, lost it for a moment but gets it back. Top of the key, Brooks takes it away from the defender. Goes left corner, Cam Ray fakes a 3, driving baseline all the way to the rim. Finishes with ease for his first bucket of the night.
And again, having another player that can create his own shot and move off with the ball, it's huge for Franklin Simpson right now.
Him and Kai are definitely the best on-ball scorers this team has. As Spalding has it up top against Zay, who pokes it away from behind, but they call a reach. 1:08 left in the quarter, 40-26. That's the first foul of the quarter against Franklin Simpson.
And if you're Franklin, you don't mind that kind of foul. You want them to be more aggressive with their hands and try to create more turnovers.
Jameer Brooks comes out to applause from Coach Spencer. As back into the ball game is Brody McAllister. Deep left wing holding it is Spalding for Bardstown. Again working against Hampton. Now it goes right side. Montgomery will get an illegal screen called up top against Barnett.
And that's Xavier. He's playing really hard defense. And again, these moving screens aren't usually called too often, but when they are.
We've seen 2 tonight.
We've seen 2 tonight.
I think that's the record for most illegal screens I've seen in one night. Cam Ray gets the inbound in the backcourt. He'll walk it up against Spalding.
No press.
50 seconds left. We'll see if the Cats choose to hold for one or they look to go to work offensively. Ray was a moment in the corner, didn't take the 3. Instead it goes up top. Kelly, now Brody McAllister deep on the left wing. Puts it on the floor, now has to pull it back out to the wing up top. Allen Johnson, he wants his first triple tonight. It's short. And Kelly tries to save it. Nearly threw it off a body, but collected on the far side and running up the court is Quay Montgomery. Nearly lost it. Goes left corner. Jay Montgomery for 3. Airmailed. He rebounded by Easton Kelly. 25 seconds left to work with for Franklin Simpson. Cam Ray comes front court, shielding off a defender. Bullet pass down low. Nice find. Brody missed the layup long. Mid-air putback, no falls.
Unfortunate for Franklin Simpson. A great find by Cameron, and Brody at least getting his own rebound and putting it up.
8 seconds to defend, down by 12. Calling the play is Quay Montgomery. Gets a screen up top from Javen Montgomery. Driving right. Sends it over onto the wing. 3-pointer Spalding. Hit every side of the rim and bounced out. No good. It was a 13-point game at halftime. The Cats have clawed back a bit, but they've only knocked 1 point off of that. 40-28, they trail it going into the fourth quarter. But the Wildcats have momentum heading in to the final 8 minutes. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. Third quarter for star point guard Miles Stone, the sophomore standout for this Bardstown team, who they were able to take off the bench in the first half, came on as a bit of a dynamo. Flamethrower for 8 points in the opening quarter at 13 points at halftime. Silent in that third quarter. Javen Montgomery now leading them with 14 points. The Wildcats outscore Bardstown in that quarter, but need to continue to find ways to chip away at this Bardstown lead if they want a chance to get back into it. Trailing at 40-28. Ja'Kai Pardinger leading the way for the Cats with 10. Logan Morris has tied his season high and his Wildcat high as a senior transfer from Greenwood with 6. Brody, Easton Kelly, Cam Ray, Xavier Hampton, and Allen Johnson on the floor to start this fourth quarter for Franklin Simpson. Definitely a much more shooting-oriented lineup out there right now. Really spread it out, and he can let Cam go to work trying to get inside. He's doing just that against Calhoun. Works baseline and draws a bump. Quickly a foul called against Calhoun. Cats 6 for 7 at the free throw line so far. Bardstown for 11, but didn't get an attempt in that third quarter.
And something to note, Cameron, when he dribbles the ball, he loves to change his speed, stop on the dime, a little hesitation, and get out and run.
He inbounds it to Johnson in the right corner. Doesn't have space to try the 3 and instead passes it to Easton Kelly, who gives it up to McAllister, top of the key. Brody beats his man, gets inside, and a foul. Or no, they're going to say it's a clean block from behind. Good recovery that time by Barnett to reach out and get that sweeping layup from Brody, who tried to scoop it up on that right side but couldn't get enough separation. Cam Rabel inbound underneath. It's tipped away from Brody, and Wildcats will try it again underneath their own basket. Just 22 seconds into this fourth quarter as Kai quickly checks in, and Xavier Hampton will come out.
And again, if you're Franklin, these plays right here, you need to get guaranteed at least 2 or 3 points in this play.
Kelly gets the inbound, turns to his right, makes the hook shot, might have gotten away with a step. He doesn't care for Easton Kelly. It's his second field goal of the season.
And a tip ball.
Tips the pass, nearly chased it down, but it's recovered now on the near side. Tylen Spalding has it. Up ahead, Kenyon Calhoun hasn't played much, but makes a great pass there to the opposite block. And Javen Montgomery continues his excellent game. He's got 16 points, averaging 9 per game on the season.
Franklin Simpson, again, multiple possessions of good offense.
Johnson buries a top of the key 3. He was 4 feet off the line and finally gets one to go. He's been hunting it, and it's a 9-point game.
And if you're Franklin Simpson, right, this possession right here is a killer. You need to create a turnover right now as we see Coach D Xavier Hampton for some more defensive presence.
Johnson comes out. He's going to quickly come back in at the next substitution. Foul was called on Brody McAllister as Bardstown was trying to bring it up, so the Tigers inbound it again. Calhoun will be the one to bring it across, guarded by McAllister, who now has 3 fouls. Calhoun gets inside with ease and finishes with a right-handed runner, his first bucket of the night. We haven't seen much from Calhoun, averaging 4.5 points per game, but finished there easily. Extends the lead back out to 11. Cam Ray, left side, crossover dribble, kicks it out. Kai fakes the corner 3, had some space but didn't take it, and now wraps around at the top of the key. Hesitation, dribble, gets to the free throw line. Left hand, drives inside, spins back right, throws up a baby hook. It's long, rebound tip. Brody has it working inside. His putback misses long, and it's cleared down low by Braden Barnett for Bardstown. They have numbers the other way. Spinning on the left side is Quaven Montgomery. He gets caught on the block, now kicks it back out to Spalding. Good recovery from Frank Simpson. Barnett on the free throw line. Calhoun right wing, gets a screen, now crosses back over to the right side, working on Kelly. Left side, deep, left wing 3, Spalding off the front of the rim. No, Kai skies for the board. Here comes Ja'Kai Partinger in transition. Checks his rear view, leaves it off for Brody. Wide open underneath. He waits, draws the foul on Spalding, finishes with the contact.
And Ja'Kai, that's his second assist this quarter. He's doing a great job passing the ball inside as a timeout is called.
Quick timeout taken by Bardstown, leading by 9 now, 44-35. The Cats continue their run. It's been a Franklin Simpson second half, but going to have to continue to find a way to dent into this more. You mentioned earlier, Brody, just such a heady player. Got that ball, he was wide open, but an extra moment of hesitation to try to draw the contact from behind, makes the layup, barely took a hit to the arm for his troubles, and he can cut this game to an 8-point deficit with the free throw.
And this is a big free throw. Again, these next 2 minutes will determine the game right here. If Franklin can string together a couple of good possessions and keep Bardstown from just getting open looks at the basket like they have been, this game can quickly turn into a 3 or 2 point game within a minute or two.
Brody McAllister stands at the line with 1 free throw. He's 4 for 8 this season after leading the team at 82% last year. Wildcats 6 for 7 so far tonight. In their 2 wins, they've shot it at 68% from the stripe. In their losses, they've shot it at 51%. Brody misses this one, can't convert the and one, and it remains a 9-point game. Deep left wing now walking to the top of the key as Calhoun sends it over on the right side to Amari Stone. He's picked up deep on the right side by Partinger. Drives past him, cuts inside, slings it out left corner. Calhoun, clean look for 3. Rattles out, no good, but the rebound is tipped by 2 Wildcats back to Bardstown. Down low, great effort by Cam Ray. He was sealed off by Tall Williams. Wraps around to deflect the pass. McAllister in transition has it knocked away, and they say it's off his leg and out of bounds. Cats can't convert.
Yeah, this is one of those possessions where you really wanted to get that point. But if you're Franklin, again, you're stopping them defensively. You need to make a play, cause a turnover.
Brody comes out, Jameer Brooks back in. He's been the best Wildcat on the board so far. 5:27 left in this ball game, trailing it by 9. You need stops, you need points, and you need them strung together. Amari Stone walks it up, has his pass deflected. Can a Cat chase it down? No. Tall Williams has it, sends it out right side. Barnett, quick trigger 3. Missed long, and that's got to be an over the back, and this time they do get it called against Tall Williams, going up and over Jameer Brooks, who did a good job of boxing out.
And it's hard because Jameer Brooks can jump high too, so whenever you're going for the ball actively, it makes it a lot easier to get these boards. And so Franklin Simpson, another good defensive possession. And again, if they can score another possession or 2, they're right back in this game.
Cam Ray will inbound underneath. Cats still down by 9. They've made the stops. Can they get the bucket? Kai walks it up, guarded by Miles Stone. Partinger 8 points in the first half, 2 in the second half. Brooks has it on the right wing, guarded tightly over there by Amari Stone. Now gives it off in the corner. Johnson tries to go down low to Cam Ray, who's grabbed from behind. That's the 4th foul on Bardstown. Now on, 4:55 left in the quarter. Cats will get free throws for every foul.
And even though they haven't been the best free throw shooting team, this is your chance to improve that percentage and really get it, points it back. It's a great pass by Cameron, but just deflected.
Deflected away. Tal Williams got in front of it, trying to get it to Scher underneath the basket. It's collected by Brooks in the corner to Johnson, deep on the right wing. Contested catch, pulls it away from the defender off to Cam. Gets inside, Euro step, misses the layup. He'll have 2 free throws. I don't know if they would have gave him the continuation on it, but regardless with the bonus, he'll have 2 free throws. This offense has been night and day with Cam Ray on the floor.
Exactly. I mean, like we said before, we have 2 players on the court right now in Jakai and Cam that can create their own shot off the dribble. Both of them great drivers of the basketball. And so in this, they're going to have to make some free throws and really rely on those 2 to really score the bulk of these points, or again, just play more great defensive possessions.
And this is what Cam does. He gets the line. His 17th free throw attempt of the season and just his 4th appearance of the season. Now 12 for 17 after he makes the first. He's got 3 points playing in the second half, make it 4, and the lead is down to 7. 4:43 left in the ball game. Barnett gets it for Bardstown, breaks the press, had it poked from behind by Kai, chases it down in the corner, and it goes back out top to Miles Stone, being hounded by Jameer Brooks. Takes the screen, Jameer gets under it, but Miles gets around him inside, left-handed layup, crafty around the defender, and he scores to push the lead back out to 9.
We've seen that time and time again from him.
Cam Ray on the left wing gets a screen from Brooks. Hesitation dribbled, crosses over to his left, spins inside, left to right, and scores again.
And Cameron is really pushing against the glass right now, really trying to drive, and he's creating a whole lot of offense for himself.
7-point game again. Tal Williams in transition drops it off on the right block, and another contested layup good. It's Javen Montgomery. He's got 18. He has been the answer all night long for Bardstown. Again, the lead 9. Cam, step back 3. Puts it in the eye of the defender. Don't make me say it, Cam.
I think he's going to say it. Go ahead.
He's microwaving.
He is microwaving, and the crowd is getting alive right now. They're back within 6 points of Cameron. 7 straight points by himself from Franklin Simpson.
48-42, 3:45 left in this ball game. Cam Ray has 9 points off the bench, all of them in the second half for Franklin Simpson. And mind you, he did not start the second half. He came in with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter of this ball game. It just makes you sit and wonder, and I know for this team, I know for Cam, I know for Coach Spencer, as we move forward, there are going to be a lot of what-ifs about this first half of the season. Mm-hmm. You're able to move forward from it. It is very clear from this game, the offensive explosion against Monroe County to start the season, this team can score when they have all their playmakers on the floor.
Exactly. And this team specifically needs to rely on these roles. Right, we have Xavier Hampton, great defensive pressure, right? Cameron and Jakai making these shots. We have Cole and we have, McAllister just doing great, having great IQ, making the right plays at the right time. And this team, they can put that all together. They can compete against the rest of them, and especially within the district itself.
Absolutely. This is a district that I think anybody would tell you it's wide open.
Exactly.
There's not a team that stands out in this district as the favorite. When you put Cam Ray in there for Franklin Simpson, for a team that I know lost a lot, but a team that ran the table in the regular season before a disappointing loss to Russellville, had to play on the road in the opening round of the district tournament. Always tough as a top seed to be rewarded by playing a road game to start the district tournament. These cats are going to be in that picture. But they want to win tonight to get their season back on track. Down by 6 as we get back underway, 3:40 left. Miles Stone into the front court, gives it over to Tal Williams, now gets it back deep on the left wing. Stone 2 points in the second half. He's got 15 for the night, working on Portinger. Uses the screen, steps back, nearly traveled as McAllister picks him up, but got rid of it to Amari Stone, who now wraps to the top of the key. Bardstown, as fast as they play, content to chew a little clock here. Stone sends it over right wing to Miles Stone. Again, picked up tightly this time by Isaiah Hampton. They switch McAllister onto him, and it goes to Tal Williams at the top of the key. Over to Amari Stone. Right wing now handling it and nearly double dribbling. I thought they were going to call a carry or something on Jay Montgomery, but before they could, there's a bump off the ball against Franklin Simpson.
And Bardstown wasted about 30 or so seconds off the clock right there.
We're down to 3:04 left. I actually believe we were about 3:44 exactly. So 40 seconds off the clock and nothing achieved but a Franklin foul.
Needing to cause a turnover. Franklin Simpson right now got to have a lot of pressure and to cause something.
Amari Stone has it, guarded by Kai. He's all over him. Now it goes on the right wing, and the Cats trap. They trap Montgomery. Ball goes down low. It was lost by Miles Stone. And down low, Brody goes up for the block against Tall Williams. It looked like another mid-air jump ball, but they call a shooting foul against Brody.
And they had that possession won. They had the ball. Brody just couldn't get onto the ball. But again, I feel like he made a great defensive recovery.
It looked like the two jump balls that we've seen earlier.
Exactly.
And now that basket is further from us, so there could have been contact. There could have been some on the way up. Regardless, Tall Williams, 2 free throws. He split 2 earlier, misses the front end of these 2. Down by 6, 2:52 left.
Bringing in Allen for some more offensive pressure. Reminding Franklin Simpson they have to get this rebound because Bardstown has been great on the offensive glass tonight.
Allen made a 3 earlier, his 9 lead Franklin Simpson this season. Second free throw for Tall Williams goes. He's got 4 now, and the lead is 7, 2:52 left. Got to score, and you got to score quick. Cam Ray will bring it up. He's picked up by DeAndre Shekels back in there for Bardstown. They look to trap Cam, and then they foul him on the far side, so he'll have 2 more free throws.
And that looks like a quick defensive adjustment. They realize that Cameron could beat them, and so they're going to send the double team when he gets the ball across half court.
Cam Ray, 2 points in the third quarter. He's got 7 here in the fourth. If he makes one of these 2 free throws, he'll be in double digits for the third time in 4 games this season. And you can make it going back to last year, 7 of his last 8 games.
Big free throws here for Franklin Simpson. That's the first one, goes up and in.
Perfect from Cam. He's into double figures. Johnson comes out, Xavier Hampton back in. That's going to be an offensive-defensive switch. You'll hear time and time again over the final 2 minutes and 42 seconds of this ball game. Ray 3 for 3 at the line tonight. He's been getting the line 4 times per game here. Attempt number 4 up and short. And it's rebounded by Tall Williams. So both teams score a point, and it's a 6-point game. Jump ball near side. Dangerous pass, but down with it is Miles Stone. Driving right side. Gets around the baseline, flips it up with the left hand, missed it. Looks like he was going to take it out of the paint, and he's down. He's holding his right ankle. Wildcats have numbers because of it, and Scherer jams it home with 2 hands. But on the other side, Miles Stone down, holding the right ankle as Cole Scherer takes off 2 feet, 2 hands with the jam. It's a 4-point game.
And momentum could be shifting right there on that play. That's a big energy play right there by Cole.
Now, you hate for it to be from a situation like this, is being tended to by Courtney Banton, Coach Clark over there as well, with Miles Stone, who was down after the layup try, went right to left baseline. It looked like, TB, he was just going to dribble clock and took it all the way around. At the last moment, turned and tried to flip it up with the left hand. He is a lefty and came down awkwardly on that ankle. And you see him clearly in pain. He's got that right hand just tapping the floor over and over again. And then on the other end with numbers, Cole Scherer, I tell you, I saw the videos all off season of this dude working on his hops, and he took off there again. It's one thing to throw one down with 2 hands. It's one thing to throw one down off 2 feet. It's another thing to throw one down off 2 feet, off 2 hands. Not that we know too much about that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Now, I'll tell you what. We mentioned the Boys and Girls Club earlier. Those 8-foot basketball goals.
Hey, we could throw down on those.
They've seen their share of those, but Cole Scherer is going to get his share of dunks this season. That boy got hops. And it's a 4-point game as thankfully up and off the floor is Miles Stone. He's on the bench, still being worked on by Courtney Banton over there. If there's anybody you want working on you, it's him. But he's going to be out of the game with 2:21 left, and the Wildcats having cut this lead down to 4, 49-45, trailing it at halftime by 13. Mind you, Franklin Simpson under Coach Spencer, when teams get to 50, they're just 33-39 the last 5 seasons. So the odds are going to be against the Cats. They're 0-4 when that's happened this year, but that's because the Cats have scored 50 or less in 6 straight games. Let's see if they can break past that number, because when they get to 50, they're 60-23 under Coach Spencer. Something's going to have to give. Left side, out of the timeout. Ball is kicked down low. Shekels was trying to get it to the basket. Smart play by the Cats to just kick it out of bounds on the baseline. And Bardstown will have and inbounds underneath their own basket with 2:14 left. And most interesting, TB, not just do they lose the scoring of Milestone, but the ability to run the offense of Milestone is now that responsibility is going to fall on Amari Stone, who's playing in just his third game of the year.
Exactly, and again, Bardstown going to look to run some clock off the time.
They are. Under 2 minutes left now. Coach Spencer is up near half court, coaching his guys on defensively, demanding more pressure. Stone holding it in front of Xavier Hampton, and they get a bump on Zay.
And some confusion from the Wildcats, but again, right now, Franklin Simpson needs to call some pressure. They started to make Bardstown play a little faster than what they wanted to, coming off of the injury.
As getting the inbound after the foul is Javen Montgomery. He leads them with 18 points. He's been the answer time after time. It's a 4-point game. Wildcats trap on the left side. Matt Jekyll's in trouble, gets rid of it to Stone driving baseline, and he's fouled.
And then it looks like Brody kind of pushed him with his right hand, trying to keep him from the baseline.
If that's on Brody, he's done. It is.
Yep.
Brody McAllister.
Jameer comes in.
Finished with 4 points. He's played a good ball game. Made a lot of good plays.
Might not show it, but he has.
And some controversial fouls, specifically what we thought should have been a block or a jump ball, either one of them. Instead, Stone wide open off the inbound for three, all the way around and out. Cam Ray, they don't call the over the back, gets the rebound anyway, spins around in traffic. Sherrod was about to throw another one down, but instead a blocking foul called. It'll be 2 free throws for Cam Ray. This place was about to explode if Cole got that ball with no one in front of him but the rim.
Man, and what a defensive rebound by Cameron.
I don't know how that wasn't back.
I don't know either. He definitely was reaching over him, but Cameron, being strong as he is, gets the rebound. And again, 2 important free throws to cut it to 2.
And it's the 4th foul on Amari Stone, who again having to run the point right now with no Milestone. Free throw for Cam off the right side. Got to at least get this second one to make it a 1-possession game. Amari Stone does come out, and into the ball game is Quavion Montgomery. Not as prolific as Javen, but he's the older and more mature. One of a plethora of seniors on this Bardstown roster. Second free throw for Cam, good, rattles home. Needed that one, and it's a 3-point ball game with 1:30 left. Cats applying pressure. Ball goes into the front court, over Tom Williams' head. How do you overthrow a high jump champion? Cam Ray has it. Coach Spencer trying to call a timeout. Cam has it on the floor. He is tackled, and a foul is called against Shekels.
And again, Franklin Simpson doing a great job defensively, speeding up Bardstown.
Or no, have they called it against the Wildcats? What's the ruling? Bardstown acting like it's their ball.
Oh, they called
it on Cam. He was tackled on the floor. Cam gets up confused as to how he committed the foul, and instead of 2 free throws to make it a 1-point game, Coach Spencer, exactly like me, took the hands from the side of his head. His mind is blown. I don't understand how this is going to end up being 2 free throws for Bardstown. But it is with Shekels, who tackled Cam. He's got 2 free throws. 1:16 left, 49-46 as Shekels steps to the line. 4 for 5 there this season. The lefty fires up the first, no good.
And a lucky break by Franklin Simpson. Again, I don't understand. He has the ball on the ground, and then he's tackled. The defender is on top of him, but he gets called for a push.
Got to be ready to rebound. Down by 3, 1:16. Allen Johnson will come in if Shekels makes the free throw, taking his time. 6-7 left-handed dribbles. Fires it up. It rattles around and falls. First point of the game, or first point, I should say, since the first quarter for Shekels. As Coach Brewer in Bardstown will take a timeout. 1:16 left, 50-46. Bardstown leads it over Franklin Simpson. Just a minute and 16 seconds left in this ball game. We'll find out how they go together right after this on 92.3 WFKN. 7-6 seconds on the clock. 50-46, Bardstown leads it over Franklin Simpson. Both teams in the bonus. The Wildcats have clawed back from a 13-point halftime deficit. They had 16 points at the end of the first half. In this fourth quarter alone, they've scored 18 to get back into this game. Bardstown without their best player in Miles Stone, who went down with an ankle injury with about 2.5 minutes left in this quarter. Up by 4, Wildcat ball, Allen Johnson, Cole Scherer, Ja'Kai Pardinger, Jameer Brooks, and the inbounder Cam Ray on the floor.
Maybe there's a wet spot or maybe some blood or something, or maybe some a referee timeout. I don't know exactly what's going on.
An official has called a timeout deep in the corner of the court opposite where the ball is being inbounded, chatting with Coach Spencer and Coach Clark. And I think somebody might be being thrown out of this game. As she turns, waves to the crowd, receives an ovation of 5 or 6. Gets another wave on the way down the stairs. And we'll see her way out.
If you're
clearly frustrated with the calls, but if you're FS, to your point, TV, I think we're going to go. You've got to maintain your composure and find a way to score.
Exactly.
Here comes Cam across half quarters. We're finally back underway. 1:10 left and taking in this ballgame. Taking his time, but we got to initiate some action. Scherer gets it on the elbow, tries to hand it back to Cam, does so between the legs, dribbling the corner, steps back, looking to go to work under a minute left in the ballgame. Ray inside, kick out. Johnson fakes the 3, up high. Comes off a screen from Johnson. 50 seconds left now, and the Wildcats take a timeout. They ran 20 seconds off the clock there. Bardstown clapping their way off the floor defensively and could not create anything.
Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
Himself a 3 as well. It's the Wildcat team that's going to have to find a way, more than likely, to hit something from outside at some point in this game. Your top 2 culprits are going to be Allen or Cam now, with Brody fouled out of the game controversially. It's been a frustrating night for the Wildcats, but all in all, there's nothing else to be but pleased with the effort of this team to find a way to make this a game for the final 49.8 seconds up on that clock.
Yeah, and especially in the second half, this team has turned into a completely different team that we didn't see in the first half starting out. But Tyler, I'll throw it to you. What do you do if you're Franklin? Do you go for this 3, a quick 3, or do you try to drive to the basket?
I put it in Cam's hands and tell him attack. If they crash and somebody's open, kick it, but I give it to Cam and tell him to go to work.
And he gives me a little wink saying like he's about to do something.
I think he liked my game plan.
I think he did too. I think he liked the game plan.
He's going to be the inbounder. Still the lineup: Cam, Brooks, Ja'Kai Pardinger, Cole Scherer, and Allen Johnson out there for some 3-point shooting. They've got 3 players lined up under the basket. They're going to try to pop Johnson open off a screen. Can't do it, and it goes into Kai at the top of the key. Ja'Kai Pardinger hands it back to Cam Ray, isolated on the right side with Shekels. Goes to work, gets inside, bumped, missed the runner, but he'll have 2 free throws.
And Cameron has been excellent in the fourth quarter of drawing these fouls. Defenders can't really keep up with him. He's become physical, and so again, 2 big free throws. He's missed a couple today, but these 2 big free throws can determine if this next possession, if they can foul him, maybe get a chance to keep the possession within 1, or it stays a 2-possession game.
He's scored 9 in the quarter, 4 for 6 the line, make it 5 for 7 as the first one falls. 41.7 seconds left, and here's a development. Checking back in is Miles Stone.
It's good to see him. Might probably still sore for whatever happened over there, but it's great to see him gutting it down, and you can. That's passion right there, passion for basketball.
Was trying to see if he's even got anything on that ankle, not visibly. As Cam's second free throw, good. Here we go. 2-point game, 50-48, 40 seconds left. Dangerous pass, Shekels lost it. Ball's on the floor, and they're going to get I believe another foul on Cam, diving over to try to take it away. But 2 free throws in for Shekels, who split the 2 earlier after the controversial foul on Cam. This one a bit more clear, albeit that's exactly what Shekels did to him.
Exactly. But if you're Franklin Simpson, this isn't the worst case scenario. Not much time was taken off the clock. You wanted that turnover or jump ball, but even instead, you have somebody who's been a little spotty from the free throw line, and if he can miss one, you have a chance to tie. And if he missed 2, you have the chance to take the lead.
Down by 2, 35.5 seconds left, 50-48. Shekels missed it off the heel. Here comes Allen Johnson for Xavier Hampton.
And if you're Franklin Simpson, no wild passes and no turnovers. You need to get a shot up.
And even if he makes this, regardless, don't force the 3. You got 35.5 seconds left. Get the best shot here. Shekels 1 for 3 at the line tonight. Biggest free throw of the game, biggest shot of the game so far. Crowd stampeding, gets the bounce. It hung up on the rim 1, 2, 3 times. Coach Brewer takes a timeout. 35.5 seconds left, 51-48. Cats down by 3. Again, you don't have to force the issue and try to get 3 points here. We'll see how the Wildcats choose to navigate this.
And I think if you're Franklin, you've done a great job these last 3 minutes of making Bardstown play really fast. So if you're Franklin, if you have the open lane, you just go for it and get the 2, get it quick, and then try to create a turnover, which they've been doing pretty well of at least either stopping the clock or making Bardstown make some kind of mistake.
I wonder if, again, it's predictable. Do you just go to Cam? Do you put the ball in his hands?
I
Let
think
him go to
Cam,
work.
yeah.
It's worked every time. You've gotten a good look or a foul.
Especially this fourth quarter. We can maybe call it like a James Harden-esque, right? He's probably going to get that foul call if he drives in the paint.
He's just so good at leaning into that contact. He can sell it a little bit as well. Great body control. It's Cam, Kai, Jameer, Allen, Cole. That's the lineup we've seen in this fourth quarter.
I would assume a double team, though, if he touches the ball. So
I would as well. They're going to apply full court pressure here. Cam's the inbounder. Everybody in the front court right now for both teams. Cam inbounds it quickly to Jakai, then gets it right back. He's guarded right now by Shekels. Sprints into the front court, 30 seconds left in the ball game. Scher has a screen at the top of the key. Cam uses it. Behind the back dribble, gets inside, splits the defenders, missed the layup long. Now a foul down low as Brooks was trying to take it away. Coach Spencer can't believe it. It was set up perfectly, got through the defense, had the look, and just pushed it long.
Yeah, I mean, everything was perfect in that play except for the finish. That's one, if you're Cameron, you're going to want to get back. But, again, if you're Franklin Simpson, you're not out of it. 21 seconds left. I believe they might have one more timeout. And if you're Franklin, you're just hoping for one miss, or if you're hoping for 2 and to still keep this one-possession game.
2 free throws now for Tylen Spalding, 7 for 10 on the season. This is not a team that goes to the line much. First, good.
And that makes it 2 possessions right there. If you're Franklin Simpson, you got to push the pace now. You got to get a quick and fast bucket, whether it's a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer, but you got to go.
Riley Hatfield comes in. We haven't seen him for a while for Bardstown. Started this ball game, an experienced senior, likely in there for potential free throw shooting purposes, as it's now a 4-point game. 52-48. Second free throw is perfect from Spalding. Ice in his veins.
And they're going. They're hustling.
Here comes Cam. Under 20 seconds left. Down by 5. Spins to his left. Gets inside. Contact again. Are they going to count the bucket? They do. And 1. That's a way to potentially get you 3 points.
And the half spin going to the paint. Takes the contact. Lays it. And he is amazing at getting this contact and finishing at the rim. And if you're Cameron Ray, if you can secure this free throw, then you're setting your team up for a chance to take the lead if they can create a turnover or something.
Cam's got 15 points in this ball game, one off his career high, and he has done it all in 11 minutes of play.
I mean, that's amazing. Imagine if he played this whole game, what this game could look a lot different. But here in the now, Cameron Ray has stepped up for his team. Him and Jakai and this defensive pressure that Franklin have to really create a chance for them when they were down by double digits earlier in the game.
53-50, 14 seconds left. Coach Brewer with his hands on his face. He's shaking his head. He cannot believe we've reached this point. Free throw misses long. Rebound fought for underneath. Amari Stone has it. Up ahead, holding it and waiting for the foul is Javen Montgomery with 7.8 seconds left in a 53-50 ball game. Cam misses the free throw. The way he shot it, it almost looked like an intentional miss to try and get it back. down by 3.
Yeah, but if you're Franklin, you wish you had that 2 points, because that could be the difference in this game or not.
53-50, 2 free throws on the way from Javen Montgomery, and that just his second miss of the night. 4 for 6 now is Javen Montgomery, 18 points to lead all scorers. One more free throw, 7.8 seconds left, 3-point game. Montgomery dribbles, takes one more, spins it, right-handed free throw, perfect. Hit it when it counted, it's a 4-point game. Up the right side, Ray behind the back dribble, hesitates, fires up a 3, rattles off, no good. And the Wildcats fall just short. A manic comeback. They scored 28 points through 3 quarters. They scored 22 points in the 4th quarter, 13 from Cam Ray, but can't overcome a 13-point halftime deficit as they fall to 2-6 on the season. Bardstown moving to 7-1 with a 54-50 win here at Franklin Simpson. The Wildcats will take on Portland tomorrow in the 4 o'clock game. Bardstown will face Greenwood in the de facto championship game of this Franklin Bank and Trust Classic. Before that, at 2:30. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you all the final numbers from this one. Put a bow on this broadcast. A riveting game. It didn't look like it was going to be for quite a while. Slogged a bit there in the second quarter. The Wildcats roar back, and if nothing else, show us the blueprint for what this team can do moving forward the rest of the way. You're listening to